This song is called To Catch a Yamamoto. Smacky to likey, hitty to subby.
What you need, yeah, man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey, we about it, get the cream, yeah. Why you slacking? Why you talking all the top, boy, you capping? What you need, hey, yeah, I got it, with the team, yeah. We about it, wow. Get the cream, yeah. Why you slacking? Why you talking all the top, boy, you capping?
Yeah, why you capping, no. Feel like a rubber band, I've been snapping, no. Yeah, I've been up here with my team, so you know this what I mean. We've been going up like NASA, bro.
What is going on, everybody? Here we go. We have now truly entered Yamamoto Watch, folks. I am ready to rock, and I am ready to roll. Yeah, baby, smacky to likey, hitty the subby. What's going on, everybody? Like I said, folks, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. You guys got me for a few hours today, and we are ready to have a good conversation. I am going to be joined today by the one, the only great Dane Huber, actually here in about 20 minutes. Then I will be joined by the one, the only Mario Gomez, who is going to be joining me, guys. So I'm very, very excited about this. There is a couple of things to report on, which is pretty cool, right? We do got some things to report on to talk about. Vinny says new prediction. Thursday, Yama to Yanks, 10 years, $318 million.
Thank you for being a friend.
Maybe, quite possibly. We don't know. But let's see who we got in here. We got my guy, Anthony Medina. Tim, what's going on, my guy? Rich Squires. What's going on, Rich? Sean, Spinning Mantis. Connor O'Neill. What's up, my guy? Macho King, the one and only Rookie of the Year. Will Starr, what's up, my guy? The beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance. Throw the MVP sticker in the chat. Crackle Nuts, what's up, my guy? Jocko, Chuck Anthony. Bronx Bomber, what is going on? Joe Shone Train, Dave, Gene, how you doing? Hip Hop Acevedo, what's up, my guy? Kicking with Roy, what's up, everybody? Dave, Nick, oh, Philo Hirsch, the MVP of the NYY community, voted by you all as the MVP. You guys know I got Hank and I got Tank behind me. These guys will crack your nuts, all right? They are indeed nutcrackers, and they don't play around. Let me tell you, but don't worry. We still got a little spank up here. Gucci, Gucci, goo. Spanky. Spank's happy for some Christmas gifts. Spank is happy for some Christmas gifts, folks. But guys, by the way, too, we hit 22,100. Working our way to 23K. I'll be working my way to 23K with a burning love inside. That's what I got for you guys, a burning love inside, all right? All right, folks, so as we are here waiting for Yamamoto watch, just remember the voicemail line is open. If anybody has anything they want to share, anybody got anything they want to talk about, I actually see we got like 4 voicemails already in here. So the line is open. It is actually pinned in the chat. So if you guys want to drop a voicemail, go right ahead and drop a voicemail. I do have a couple of tweets that I want to talk about and share with you all. The first one is not Yamamoto related. So let's switch over there to this. And let me do another little bump in there. There we go. Cody Keith gives some membership, and it goes to Tyler Stadinsky. Tyler, my guy, that means, look, with the gift of giving, you can now join us in Discord. So download Discord, go to settings, go to connections, connect YouTube, and bada bing, bada boom, ski, you are in. This is a tweet that was put out a little earlier at 2:31 p.m. The Seattle Mariners are the most active team on Cuban outfielder / DH Jorge Soler. Yankees and Marlins have also approached and have shown interest. So fairly interesting right there that the Yankees are still out there talking to teams about potential deals for outfielders, or a guy that could DH a bit, maybe platoon. So interesting. Soler's a guy who's put up some big power numbers. Good player, has been very good in the postseason also. I don't see the rock solid fit for the New York Yankees. I talked about on All Rise a couple of players who could potentially fit. He wasn't one of them, but we have a lot of time to get into all that. I do believe that Yankees Hot Stove is today at 6:30 also, so there's going to be a lot of things going on today. But the other news of the day is the one that we're here for. The news that we are here to hear about, and that is one Yoshi Yamamoto. Guys, if you remember yesterday, when all this news started coming out about a whole New York Mets did not give an offer yet, if you guys remember in yesterday's chat, I said I wouldn't be shocked if they haven't took offers from anybody yet and they're waiting maybe until Monday today to start getting offers in to see what the decision's going to be. That's what I said yesterday, because I found it to be odd that the New York Mets, according to Andy Martino, have not given an offer to Yamamoto. So again, according to Jeff Passan, all the alleged $300 million bids for Yamamoto, that's inaccurate, sources tell ESPN. Teams have been asked not to discuss terms yet, but that could change today when bidding, sources said, is expected to begin. Now is when Yamamoto's free agency gets real. So again, as of right now, it doesn't seem like they have got all the offers and they're sitting back going, okay, let's see which offer we take. Let's see where we decide here. It seems more along the lines that they are now in the period of accepting offers, seeing what's there, looking at them all and deciding where he wants to go. So this could be the point that we've all been talking about, right? That maybe he gets those offers, he sees where the differences are, and he goes, you know what? If the Yankees or this team, whoever I really want to play for, I've heard the Yankees. Many people have heard the Yankees. Most insiders believe the Yankees are the favorites. If we are 20 million or so apart, maybe we can reach out to the Yankees and try to get a deal locked in. This is where I want to play. So now the ball is in the court of Joel Wolf and Yamamoto. The ball is in their court. They go do their thing. They figure all this out, and they'll make their decision. That is where we are right now, guys. So look, let the guessing games begin. Everybody and their mother out there has already been saying this guy's going to get, 360, 380, 350. We don't know. We don't know. A $280 million offer is basically, you got to add the posting fee. So it's about 320. His contract would be 280, but that other money does go to the Oryx Buffaloes in Japan. So it's going to be interesting. There's a couple of people out there that put out these rumors that he got a $380 million, a $360 million deal from the Mets. Guys, there's no evidence of any of this yet across the board. Like I said, I had somebody, I think Dane had somebody that said the Yankees are probably going to be sitting at around 310 over 9 years is the assumption. Some said the Mets at 325, 320, but nobody knows yet because it doesn't seem like nothing was put out there. One thing I got to give Jeff Passan credit for, Jeff Passan does not put out bullshit just to put it out there. He doesn't do that. Jeff is a guy who takes his time, makes sure things are verified, then he puts it out there. We got a super chat from the one and only Anthony Medina.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
Medina says, hey, Pete, I'm under the weather, but I wouldn't be the Lou Gehrig of the chat if it didn't come in and always represent NYYU. Keep up the great work. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't expect anything else from the Iron Horse of NYYU. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys again for hanging out with us. We got 563 in here. Remember, guys, this is not an hour chat. We are taking you guys past Yankees hot stove, and we're here to have a good time. So again, chats are going to be answered. Voicemails are going to be answered. Let's have ourselves a good time. Oh, my brother DJ Steelio in the chat. Everybody's favorite friendly neighborhood DJ Steelio. Okay, come on. There's not many out there like this guy, okay? Got to give credit where credit's due. There's not many out there like this guy, all right? We do got a couple of voicemails, so you know what, guys? That line is going to be open for the whole show. Let's have ourselves a good time. Let's talk some baseball.
Hey, Pete Macho King in the house. How you doing? The underground.
Yeah.
We're patiently waiting for Yamamoto to sign with the New York Yankees, and it's only a matter of time before
Come on.
destiny happens and he signs on the dotted line, yeah. But what I want to talk about here is hucksters calling up the phone lines, giving us a hard time talking about the Macho King, yeah. Well, you need to keep my name out of your mouth, yeah, because that Hogan impression leaves a lot to be desired in my estimation, yeah. And as far as talking about the little kids, we're going to revoke your license to be around them, brother, because as far as vitamins go, I think you're taking some that are on the banned substance list, dead. Anyway, I just had to say that, and if anybody wants to pop off, you're going to get elbow drop. Oh, yeah. Macho!
I mean, I knew that was going to happen, right? You can't come in here. And look, if you're going to come in with the Hogan, you got to have the Hogan on lock, man. It can't be halfway decent. It's got to be a legitimate Hogan. The Hulk Hogan got to come from the balls up. You got to go to the balls. You can't go to the stomach on a Hogan. It's got to be everything it's supposed to be if you're going to do a Hulk Hogan, unless it ain't going to work. I'm sorry to tell you.
Hi, Pete. This is
Gene.
Jean. Just calling in to admit it and just swallow a bit of my pride that I was one of the ones that were wrong and really thought we were going to get a sign that we were closing in or finalizing today on Yamamoto. Well, it's getting a little long in the tooth of the day, and it appears that I was wrong. But that doesn't mean we're not going to get him. And you said Tuesday or Wednesday. Seems to be the popular opinion. Dane seems to think so. But I just wanted to call and let you know that I still believe we're going to get him. I was just really itching that it would be today. Anyway, that's it. And I look forward to your show. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Gene, thank you so much. Look, Gene, you're not wrong, Gene. You're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all. Look, at the end of the day, we don't have, there hasn't really been anything big yet. I think maybe what's going to happen, if I could make a prediction, again, you never know when this stuff is going to break. You never know when this news is going to drop, right? You have no clue. Here's what I would say. I think it's possible today they get offers, right? Maybe they take today and tomorrow to do a little negotiating. Wednesday, to me, just feels right. I don't know what it is. It's always felt like Wednesday the 20th seems like the day. I don't know what it is. And again, that's just me guessing. I don't know. Nobody really knows right now. Only Yamamoto and Joel Wolf, or as Yamamoto calls him, Super Joel. Maybe Super Joel has a better idea. I'm pretty sure he does. But maybe they're going to take today. Maybe they're going to take tomorrow. Or maybe you don't know. Maybe tonight, one of those offers come in that hit the mark and they go, you know what? Let's lock it in. Let's lock it in. I wanted to play for the Yankees. Let's get it done. Ruben Q says, shout out from Pinstripes Nation. Great content. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate you. Sandman, how you doing? Niner Gang, what's up, my guy? Goes number 18 on the 18th tonight, baby. And one never knows, does one. One never knows, does one. Very good thing for the one never knows, does one. You never know. You really never know what's going to happen, right? You got no clue when he's going to sign, but we're here. I got a couple of fun things I do want to talk about today. By the way, guys, we ain't going to be chilling around, doing nothing. We got a lot of stuff to cover today, a lot of things to talk about. I do want to talk about the Yankees rotation, but we do got a lot of more voicemails to get to, so I'm going to keep them going. Voicemail line stays open, guys. Dane Huber will be joining us in 8 minutes.
Hey, Pete Conley here. Just
Yo.
got done watching The Rookie, but anyways, that's a really good movie. But anyways,
Okay. Rookie.
I heard that Yamamoto hasn't had any offers yet. Is that true? Like, what have you heard? Or have you heard anything on that? But yeah, let's go get Yamamoto, and either today, tomorrow, Wednesday. Let's get this done. All right, have a good night, Pete.
Kyle Millet, I appreciate you, my guy, but yeah, I have every reason to believe it. Look, one thing about our good friend Jeff Passan is Jeff Passan isn't a guy, folks, that is gonna put out nonsense. Jeff Passan he hasn't really made mistakes. Jeff's gonna wait until he gets the right info and then put it out there. He's not jumping the gun. He really doesn't even seem like a guy that's like, oh my God, I have to be first. He just does it accurately, which is the way it should be. And baseball reporting has been ass. I mean, let's get real here. Baseball reporting has indeed been pretty friggin' bad. It hasn't been the greatest thing in the planet. So for somebody to do the right thing, that's the way you need it. And he is doing that. So I have no reason to believe that this is inaccurate. And it makes sense, right? I said it yesterday. I said when I read what Martino said, and Andy Martino basically said that the New York Mets have not made an offer yet. There's no offer out there. I said, that's pretty interesting. And the reason why I say that's interesting, if the Mets haven't made an offer, I got a feeling they haven't taken offers from anybody yet across the board. And it seems like that is what is happening. So they wanted to go through their meetings without the idea of money and all that stuff getting involved. Let me know these teams. Let me get to know the personnel and the clubs and go from there. We do know he's had meetings twice with the Yankees and the Mets. Apparently, he requested both of those meetings to have with these teams. The one thing I disagree with Andy Martino on, and at the end of the day, I'm going to say it just like this. I'm going to say it absolutely just like this. It's this simple. The last minute, and he called the Yankees and bada bing, bada boom. Get out of here. That's not true, folks. Don't listen to that madness. This thing wasn't some random out of the blue type meeting. It didn't work that way. It didn't work that way, folks. It did not work that way at all. So, continuing on, from where we were before. We do have another voicemail I want to get to.
Hey, Pete, Kyle Malay here one more time. I heard you got Mario Gomez coming on soon. Maybe he could break it as soon as he gets on, like he did whenever we got Verdugo. But you never know. Talk to you later.
I see you guys saying something is wrong with the stream. My stream is fine on my end. Everything is showing that it's good. So everybody's saying we are frozen right now. Looks like we're good again though. So I don't know what happened. My side is good. Everything is showing. It's fine. So we're gonna keep on rolling with everything. Everybody, okay, it is good now. We're good now. Are we good? All right, perfect. Looks like we are good now. Perfect. Let's continue on with the voicemails, folks.
Hey, Pete, what's up, Pop? I just wanted to say, if Yamamoto goes over, let's say, $350 million threshold, are you thinking the Yankees still go after him? Or are you thinking they back out and try to get like Jordan Montgomery, Blake Snell, or do something like Middleton, Jordan Hicks, and Frankie Montas? Or are we willing to pay $350, $375 for this guy like Steve Cohen is, or are we backing out at like $320? What are your thoughts? Love the show, by the way. Thanks.
Look, we're definitely going to get into the rotation a little bit. I want to talk about the rotation some more, because if they miss out on Yamamoto, which I don't even want to talk about because I feel the best plan B is plan A. Plan A is the route the Yankees got to go. Guys, look, they got one of the greatest pitchers in the planet. They got one of the best hitters in the planet. They also just added one of the best hitters in the planet. Want to add one of the best pitchers in the planet, and bada bing, bada boom. That's what I want to see. That is what I want the Yankees to do. Guys, we went 82-80. We went 82-80. I told everybody, I said, look, man, that is the difference. The difference on this ball club right now is that the Yankees were embarrassed. It's not that they made the postseason and got eliminated. It's not that the Yankees fought their way past the wild card game and into an ALDS and lost. The Yankees got embarrassed, folks. Beat up, embarrassed, kicked in the face, laughed at. That's exactly what happened. And this team needs to make an impact. This team needs to tell Major League Baseball and every other team out there that, look, you might have forgot, but we're the New York Yankees. And let me tell you guys, when they land Yamamoto, you better believe that they are back in friggin' business. They are back in business like you can't even imagine, is what I'm trying to tell you. The Yankees were pile drive last year, no doubt about it. They got annihilated. Guys, look, how many times a year do you see other players just make fun of the New York Yankees? How many times did we see that last year? Teams flat out going, you know what? Who cares about them? They're a last place team. Why are we gonna go fight with them for? Only we'll get hurt. The Yankees were a clown show. They were a clown show last year. People were sitting there laughing at them. Hal Steinbrenner knew we had to make a difference.
Hey, Pete, how you doing? It's Joe from Yonkers. I was just wondering about, what would you think about the Yankees trading for Jose Ramirez? I think the Guardians might look to start to rebuild or start shedding salary. And because I think he's making maybe like 19 or 20 million this year, I don't think he'll cost too much when it comes to prospects. And he's had a good, even though he had a down year, he's had a very good batting average, and he gets on base, and the power's still there. Let me know your thoughts.
You're talking about Jose Ramirez. I don't expect to see a Jose Ramirez deal. I got a couple of polls, too. I'm going to get Dane on any second. Dane, you're about to jump on here. I'm going to put some polls out there of a couple of moves that I actually like for the Yankees after Yamamoto. And again, guys, Mario's expected on about 6:30, and we'll go from there. You guys are saying I'm freezing again. I don't know what the hell's going on. Everything looks good on my end. So anyway, let's get our good friend Dane Huber on here. Let's see if we get my guy Dane on here. Let's see that handsome son of a bitch. Where's he at? Here he is, that handsome son of a bitch. Look at this guy. Holy shit. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Christmas.
Merry Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen.
I know Dane likes the ho-ho-hos. Dane, what's going on, my guy? You jolly-looking son of a bitch, you?
I told you I was going to wear it till the
did.
Yamamoto watch.
Let me tell you something. That's a nice one, too, you got. I got that little dollar store cheap-ass one somewhere.
No,
Got
this
big-
is
look
a
at that
real
ball.
This is the real deal, velvet and everything.
That's the real deal. What year did you take that off of Santa?
Actually, it was given to me in 2002 on a job that I had.
Nice. Very nice.
Actually, you've seen the picture that I got it from.
Oh, yes. I do remember. I do remember that. Yes. Jeff says, where's the NYY logo on the Santa cap?
You know, I found it about 10 minutes ago, so I didn't have time to steam one on, but I should have.
Yeah, a little steaming action there to get that thing on there. Give me 1 second, Dane. Let me get your audio going so you can hear the voicemails.
Okay.
When we get them, there we go. That's good. I just saw a super chat we got here by, I believe it was David. Did I miss it? Where's it at? There it is. There it is. There it is. David says 82 and 80, and it was a clown show and hard to watch. Try calling the games. Try calling those games, and that would be even worse. I don't know.
No, what was worse is for Jira and I to have to moderate them while listening and not being able to watch the boring game.
Big facts. Big friggin' facts. 1 second. Let me get a little sippy of the coffee here.
Yeah, I need some.
So, Dane, I actually want to run a couple of things by you. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing with Mario, but it's probably not really anything like out of this world because you probably heard me talk about this on All Rise. But, and guys, by the way, we have updates running just in case if anything goes out, anything happens, we got you guys covered. I got everything pulled up, so don't worry. If there is any breaking news, we're going to have a chance to talk about it. And guys, again, I want to say one thing to be fair to everybody. I ask you guys this nicely because we're putting in a lot of hours here. Please do not put fake rumors in the chat. If you do, you're going to be timed out. It's that simple. Everybody's here having a good time. You guys are asking questions. We're trying to when news breaks, we're going to cover it for you. But please do us a favor. I saw Dane ask you guys not to do it also. So please don't do that out of respect for all of us and everybody in the chat. Thank you. But Dane, question for you.
Yo.
Would you be interested in a reunion with Giovanni Urshela? Before you say anything, let me explain my why.
Okay.
Because he wouldn't be a starting third baseman. He'd be there with DJ LeMahieu. He could also play first. He could also play short in a pinch. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, didn't he have a really bad hip flexor injury that might cost him some flexibility?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure. I know if you follow Gleyber Torres at all, he's with him and he's training with him every single day, all the time.
Okay.
If
Anytime he's ready,
see him, he's there.
If he's ready to go for the season, I wouldn't have a big problem with that. I would prefer Peraza to get an opportunity, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But
yeah, the other thing I would say about something like that is, what if it's like a 1-year deal, 8 guaranteed, he could earn up to about 14?
Sure.
Right? Doesn't that, to me, that just makes so much sense.
Yeah, and they've gotten enough left-handed bats where adding a right-handed utility player wouldn't hurt your feelings at all.
And almost the way that I see it, Dane, is like he's a counterpart to DJ LeMahieu. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to force yourself to say, and I almost feel bad, Dane, because you're a prospects guy. You know how much I love Oswald Peraza. You know that, right? You know I love this kid.
I love the guy as much as you do.
Dane, I can't believe that they're gonna play him. I just can't anymore. I can't fool myself into saying he's gonna be the starting third baseman. I can't do it.
I can't either. I think he's either the starter at second with Gleyber traded or he's traded.
So if I had to put you on the spot right now and go, Dane, traded or he's a starter on the Yankees, what would you say?
I still believe that Torres is going to be on the move, especially with Yamamoto's reported salary. So I lean towards starter at second base, but I very well could be wrong.
Well, look, and there's a little bit of evidence behind that, right? Hal Steinbrenner, for about 3 to 4 times over the last 2 years, has said that Volpe and Peraza is going to be up the middle for the Yankees. So if we're basing that on anything, maybe that would be the case. And Gleyber Torres does get about $15 million. So
I kind of heard a rumor about Vivas that they got him as insurance. If they traded Torres, that he would step into second base if Peraza didn't hit.
I guess I could see it. I mean, when you add a bat like Soto, you add Verdugo, you could kind of maybe play around with a position a little bit. And even more so, that's another reason why I could potentially like a guy like Gio Urshela. If he's healthy, things don't go right, DJ LeMahieu at second, Urshela at third base. Even last year when he didn't have a down year, he just didn't play a lot. He hit 299. But in 200 and something at bats, his fielding was still phenomenal. I mean, it's like
Gio will always be able to field with the very best of them.
No doubt about it. We got a super chat from my guy, Jeff J.
Thank you for being a friend.
I'm hearing Yama by Friday, Cease for Everson Pereira, Gleyber Torres, and Nestor Cortez, and Hader with the haircut and shave as well. Thoughts? I'll go over a couple of those. Yama by Friday, sign me up. The Cease deal, sign me up. Hader, no part of him.
Exactly.
You're right there with me on that?
100%.
Guys, I just want to remind everybody why me and Dane don't think Hader's the greatest idea in the world. The Milwaukee Brewers were fighting to get into the postseason. Okay? The Padres, excuse me. The Padres were fighting to get into the postseason or trying to get back into things and get going. They asked him to do a 4-out save. He was like, nah, man, I'm good. Not interested. I'm not doing it.
I don't have a contract next year, so if I get hurt, I don't want to take a chance on it.
Anybody here can sit here and go, hey, look, he's covering himself. The team's not winning. I'm sorry. To me, that's bullshit. When your manager asks you to do it, unless you're injured and you feel something, you go out there and do it. I don't want that guy anywhere near my team. I don't think he's a fit for New York at all. I don't think he has the personality for New York. I don't see it.
If he did that in Yankee Stadium, he would not make it out of that place.
Dane, there would be no leeway. There'd be no leeway ever again for a quitter on New York. Never. You can't do it. You can't do it. I'm sorry. And, maybe with Booney it'll work because he'll just be like, hey, you don't have to pitch today. I'm never going to ask you to do that anyway. But, I don't want that guy anywhere near this club. Anthony Garcia with the super chat said, I agree. We like Gio, but he's no Josh Donaldson. That is a great quote, of course, by the one, the only Brian Cashman. And man, oh man, I got to throw something on the screen. I want to see your opinion of this, Dane, and I do want to spend some time on Dylan Cease. I want to spend that time also, too, when Mario gets on. But look at this real quick with me, Dane. This is the Yankees rotation, potentially. As a matter of fact, let me see something real quick. Let me switch on over here. There we go, right? That is the Yankees rotation right now, or what it would be if they got Yoshinobu Yamamoto. So you're looking at Garrett Cole, Yoshi, Carlos Rodon, Clark Schmidt, and then Nestor Cortez is what the Yankees probably would go with right now. Nobody should be upset with that rotation. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're 100% right.
Based on where we were. So now here's when we get into this conversation here. I am of the persons that a Dylan Cease trade is really, really, really starting to get me interested.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk, and I think you're a fan of him too, but let's talk about this. Look how this rotation. You think that rotation looks good, folks, right? Doesn't it look good? Rotation looks awesome. It looks great. Watch this.
Actually, I got one better for you.
Holy shit, he has one better. What are we doing?
You're trading Schmidt and Cortez for something, and Will Warren would be your 5th starter. I got to get you to do me a favor.
What'd I do?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I want to show the fans why I'm so high on Will Warren. Could we do that?
Of course. What do you want to do?
Go to his September 28th game on Yankees Farm
Okay.
and grab that highlight.
All right. Dane got us on the spot here, folks. Let's see. All right, let's go to, and if you guys are not following Yankees Farm, go follow right now.
Absolutely.
Which outing, Dane? Which outing was it?
His last one in September, I believe it was the 26th or 28th. It's not the first one that pops up. It's the last.
I see the 17th, 9/17. Let's see if there's another one here. Matter of fact, let me do this. Give me 1 second, Dane. Let's click on this first. All right, here we go. Let's go to videos. And again, guys, if you're interested in any Yankee prospect, let me tell you, Yankees Farm is where you need to be.
It is September. I'm sorry. It was the September 7th video. I apologize.
It was the September 7th video. Okay, I got it right here. We're going to get it pulled up for you guys. And I think this is the video I seen recently. Let me see, because he was absolutely nasty. Where's it at? Let's see. I'm still looking. I think I might have passed it. Go back this way. The 7th, right?
Yes.
Yes. So 9-7. Here it is. He went 7 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 9 Ks. I'm going to get it pulled up for you guys right now. Let's let the ad go through. And then what I'll do, Dane, is we'll put it on the screen that they can see.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let me get my big ass head off here. All right, here we go. Look at that. Look at that slider.
42 inches of vertical movement on his 2-seam.
My God. That's what the guy was telling me. And he goes, he pinpoints the corners very well.
Grayson Crawford called it Warren blacking out because he lives on the corners.
I mean, that pitch is filthy, man. Look at this. Oh, my God.
This is a kid that throws 6 pitches, can throw up to 98 miles an hour.
How old is he, Dane?
23.
Yeah, you could tell his body, he's going to get bigger too.
Yeah, and stronger.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
throw
saying.
harder.
He's going to turn more into it. This kid could be a workhorse.
Yes.
Oof, that's filthy. That is filthy.
Every one of his pitches gets such phenomenal movement that you guys are going to be blown away.
Look at the snap. Look at the late snap on the slider. That's the best thing about it. It's late movement.
He throws 2 different sliders and a curveball.
So let me run this by you, though, right? And again, guys, if you're not following Yankees Farm, go ahead and do so. And look, if you love NYYU, Yankees Farm is a part of NYYU. So NYYU is the big dog, right? Yankees Farm is under our umbrella, like Aaron Boone. All right, so that's the way to put it. So trust me, you want to be following Yankee Farm.
Yeah.
Definitely do it. Out of the crib, that is Will Warren. But Dane, let me ask you this question, right? You're right. I love Will Warren, but do you want to deplete the depth that way and just give him a number 5 role? Would you sit back and go, you know what? Let him get his time in AAA. If Clark Schmidt gets off to that bad outing, if Nestor Cortez is not that guy, like I told you the other day, the number 6 starter is going to get a lot of time.
Warren pitched to a 2.6 ERA over his last 10 starts in AAA.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. Yeah.
He's ready. So if you need him, he's ready for the rotation. Like I said last night, I would have absolutely no issue with him breaking into the major leagues and as a long relief guy.
Yeah.
But if you want the best pitchers on your team, he's one of our best pitchers.
Yeah. And I'm assuming let me get to these, we got a super chat in here that I want to get to. Slim Lewis says, all in on Yamamoto. Can Dane please give his views on the potential ceiling and floor of Will Warren? Look at that, you son of a bitch. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, that's about as good as it gets right there.
Yeah.
Dane just broke it down for you guys. But is there anything else you want to get in on when it comes to Will Warren?
Yeah, he's got a ceiling of a 2. I don't predict aces. You will never hear me say that this kid's going to be an ace until I've seen him pitch in the major leagues. He's got an upside of a 2 and probably a floor as a for starter or an unbelievable reliever.
You think he's better than Clark Schmidt right now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Hey, look, man. If anybody out there is gonna value anybody's opinion when it comes to prospects, that's your guy. Dane and Carlos are your guy, and I know both of these guys are very high on them, on Will Warren. So, and if you look at that clip, I mean, that's legitimate stuff, man.
And you got to remember, he throws 98 pretty regularly, sits 95, 96, and that's only going to go up. This is only his second year in the system. He was an 8th round pick out of college and started in high A. This kid is a phenom.
And he had a lot of time in AAA. It's not like he got 5 starts. He had a lot of time in AAA last year.
He spent half the season there.
Interesting. So let me run this one by you then. As I think we had another super chat that I don't want to miss these. American Primate says, "I'm still confident the Hibachi Poppy signs with us."
I like that.
I like that. The Hibachi Poppy. I got a fun little thing too that Yamamoto signs with the Yankees that I'm going to be able to start playing. I think it's pretty damn cool. So we'll get to that momentarily. But we got a super chat by Eric. Oh God, here comes the Mets. Pete, when it comes down to it, it's all about the money. You don't know that, but okay. I understand pride, but money talks. No one can outbid Uncle Steve. Let me ask you something, Eric. I'm going to ask you something, Eric. If another team gets him, then the Mets, what are you going to say? I really want to ask all Mets fans that, because I'm not saying he can't go to the Mets. I'm not saying that.
No.
He could very well go to the Mets. But I'm simply saying because this is like the new Mets thing, that they're going to get every player because nobody's going to outbid Uncle Stevie. When he goes somewhere else, what are you going to say? Serious, I really, Eric, I'm directly asking you that question. If he goes somewhere else, what is going to be the excuse? Because nobody outbids Uncle Steve. So I'm expecting every free agent to go to Steve. I'll just leave it at that. We'll continue talking what we were talking about.
Yeah.
If the White Sox called you up and they go, we know you're interested in Dylan Cease.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the deal. We'll take Everson Pereira, but, we demand Will Warren. What are you saying? We don't need Peraza. You can hold on to him. We really value Will Warren in that deal. Will Warren and Everson Pereira for Dylan Cease, and you'll have a deal. You got to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only reason
I put Dane on the spot like that is because I know how attached, in a way, he is to a guy like Will Warren, how talented this guy is. So I asked Dane that, and I really want to hear the reason why.
Chase Hampton.
Okay.
Brock Selvage.
Okay.
You haven't heard a lot about Brock Selvage yet.
Lefty.
But
Big lefty.
Yes, big lefty. Unbelievable fastball command, control. Throws mid-90s, holds the glove in front of his eyes just like Andy Pettitte does.
Oh, I like that.
Has the same pitch mix as Andy Pettitte, plus a splitter. He'll be ready in the next year and a half. So will Hampton, probably sooner than that.
And for the people in the chat who don't know about Chase Hampton, one of the things I really like a lot about him, this kid pitches with an attitude. He pitches with a dude that's like, look, I'm the best when I'm on this mound. That's all. Yeah,
he pitches like Roger Clemens.
Yeah, he doesn't fuck around. Like, he's the type that'll point at you when he strikes you out.
Yes.
Shit like that. Yeah, like he's like, I'm a dog when I'm on this mound. Don't step anywhere over here.
No, and he got in trouble earlier in the year because a teammate missed a throw to second base, and he was jumping up and down on the mound, holding his head between his legs. He's a very high-strung guy, but he's got the stuff to match it, and it's a wonderful thing to see.
No doubt. Vinny says, I was told Uncle was getting Judge and Ohtani, too. I mean, he's apparently getting everybody, so God bless him. Look, the Mets should win a World Series very, very soon. I mean, no doubt about it. The Mets should 100% win a World Series very, very soon. You're willing to buy everybody, get the best stars on the team. I mean, look, according to Mets fans, Soto's going to be a Met guaranteed, and everybody else. So
If it
go
was
out
all
there and
about
win a
the-
World Series.
If it's all about the money, why didn't Ohtani go? If
Well,
no
he,
one
just
can
didn't,
help-
he just didn't like New York, Dane. You know, that's it.
Oh,
He just didn't like New York.
but
you know?
money
And-
talks.
well, exactly. And the thing is, Dane, you ready for this one?
Uh-huh.
If Yamamoto chooses the Yankees over the Mets, he just didn't like Queens that much.
Oh,
He liked the Bronx more. You know what I mean? That's what it was. That's what it was. Anthony Garcia with the super chat says, as of now, Cohen is Jeff Wilpon 2.0. And I'm not one of those Yankee fans, by the way, that hate the Mets, that just go
Me
ahead and
either.
shit on the Mets. I don't do that. I'm not one of those Yankee fans at all. I'm not. But it's kind of tiresome. It's like, bro, why don't you let the process play? You guys are setting yourselves up for potential failure when you're sitting there going, he's going to outbid everybody and it's over. We got him. What happens if they don't? What are you going to say?
there are more reasons than just money to go somewhere, especially when you're talking about 300 million. Does
Correct.
10 million either way make you happier than playing where you want to?
Yep, correct. I'm right there with you, man. And then we do have some news right here. Martin Perez has a 1-year agreement with the Pittsburgh Pirates. So look at the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Kansas City Royals out there trying to do some moves. Got to respect it. Got to respect it. As we come back and Dane is just down in the fifth of vodka.
Water, but if
It
I
would have been
get
so
those,
much better if that was vodka or tequila. I'd be like, holy shit, we're in for a night. We are really in for a night here if Dane's doing that early. Yes, Martin Perez has a deal there, no doubt about it. I only shit on the Mets when the fans start with the bullshit, says Chris Perez Jr. Greg Hughes says maybe a little moonshine. Chance Adams to the Rockies. There ain't no way Chance Adams ain't out there. He's bagging groceries in Kroger right now. There ain't no way. There ain't no way that's really him. But moving back to what we were talking about, I want to throw this one on the screen again. With the possibility of a Dylan Cease in there. Now you start looking at this rotation. And you go Cole, Yamamoto, Carlos Rodon, Dylan Cease, and at the end of the day, your number 5 starter could be whoever the hell you want.
yeah,
That is insane. That is
yeah, it is. It literally is.
You can put that up there on paper because I know games got to be played. So again, guys, I'm not saying best of all time. Oh my God. But on paper, looking at it, this is probably better than the one that we all thought was going to be last year that didn't turn out the way it's expected. But on paper, this is probably better.
You think so?
I think so. Dang, Dylan Cease is your number 4 starter with 3 years in a row of 200 plus Ks.
It's true.
That's wild, man.
I still think a healthy Sevy is one heck of a pitcher.
He's awesome. And look, there you go. Hey, Mets fans. Look, I'm obviously everybody knows in the planet I am nowhere near a Mets fan, but let me tell you this right now. I really, really hope that Luis Severino was healthy for you guys and he lives up to his potential because he deserves it. He is an absolute stud pitcher when he's healthy. He's a great teammate.
Yes,
Great
he is.
teammate. There's a lot of stories out there about
Loves
Luis
helping
Severino.
younger players develop too.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He's a good guy. He's a good guy for baseball. And for the Mets fans, I hope you guys get the best of Sevy because I'll tell you this, he'll be a fan favorite. No doubt about it.
Absolutely.
He will be a fan favorite. We had a, sometimes Jira sends me chats if I miss it. He said, this is from Luke Coretta. Catching you live for a change, but I always watch all your videos. You do a great job, brother. You're the hardest working baseball guy on YouTube. Merry Christmas, my brother. Merry Christmas to you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And by the
Thank
way,
you.
man, you guys might see me live a lot, but you don't see everything that happens behind the scenes. I always say that. It is this entire team that is truly busting their ass to put stuff out and work hard and do everything that this team does. So salute to the entire NYYU community. You guys are the best. Super chat here by Rich. He says, Gio had hip surgery to end his season. Why not just keep IKF? Oh.
I just dry heaved.
I think I just shit myself.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I come on, man. I really IKF over Gio Urshela. Look, again, I want to kind of rephrase so people can understand what I mean here. I'm not talking about Gio Urshela coming to be a starter. I'm talking
Right.
about him kind of platooning with DJ LeMahieu. To me, that would make a lot of sense. He's a free agent. He is coming off of a surgery. He's not going to get some big deal at all.
No, I don't think he'll even get 8.
That's what I'm saying. I think you could probably guarantee him a pretty decent amount and load it up with incentives and go, look, man, we liked you on the Yankees. The fan loves you. You know the team already. Why don't you come back? You're going to fight to play first. You could play first base. You could play third. In a pinch, you could play short. People forget how good he was at shortstop, to be fair.
He was really good at
He was-
shortstop.
he was
better
legitimately
than
good.
Torres.
No question about it. He was better than Glaber. But for me, as a bench piece, lock him in all day long. You can have him and Cabrera both on the team. It doesn't affect anything. You
Cabrera
can
just
still do
plays
that.
the outfield.
Exactly. So you can mix it up a lot. I'm trying for this Yankee club this year. Dane, I don't want this team just to be decent. I want this team to be great. I want this team to be great.
And I have a feeling that's what they're going for. They're
I think so too.
They haven't had an off season like this in a long time, and they needed one. And if they get the two
doubt.
guys that are plan A, that resets the franchise.
And that's the and actually, matter of fact, you guys were not bullshitting. I am shocked. Take a look at this. John Heyman, Chance Adams has a Rockies deal.
Holy jeez.
I had no idea Chance Adams was still out there for real. I thought it was a joke.
I didn't either.
Chance Adams is indeed has a spring training invite with the Colorado Rockies. Wow. I had
Unreal.
no clue whatsoever. Wow, that is actually pretty comical. But hey, good for Chance Adams. God bless him. Hope
Good
he,
for him.
Yeah, hope he gets his things going.
Should have
As
never
this
left the
is-
bullpen.
This is what Mario just posted. Yankees legend. Here he is. Chance Adams. Famously, Brian Cashman would not trade him to get Garrett Cole. But at
Was
the
it?
end of the day, it all worked out.
I thought he didn't want to give up Andahar and Frazier.
He didn't want to give up. It was Chance. So the original deal was Chance Adams. I actually reported on this all those years ago, and then I actually broke the news about him going to the Astros, which was very hurtful because I swore to God he was a Yankee.
Give
What
me a
the-
sec.
Go ahead. You're good. I'll just tell the base here. What I was told originally back then was that it was Chance Adams and one of those two. One of Andujar and Frazier along with Chance Adams. And he was like, nah, we ain't giving up no Chance Adams. Sorry. Ain't going to happen. That is not going to happen. We ain't going to do it. Dane just ran away on me. I love the guy. He's a handsome son of a bitch. Let me see. Somebody said Jack Curry tweeted. We got a Jack Curry tweet? You guys bullshitting me here. Okay. Here we go. We do got a Jack Curry tweet. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to throw it on the screen. The Yankees were impressed with Yamamoto as a pitcher, and they've also been impressed with him as a person. We'll talk about what makes Yamamoto and the Yankees an excellent fit on Yankees Hot Stove Show. Hey, Mario, where you at, Mario? Because I don't know. I think it might be a long night. Oh, it might be a long night, baby. Smacky to likey. Hitty the subby. Let me tell you guys, I'm excited. I'm excited with that. That gets me a little excited. That gets me a little excited, man. It really does. Anthony Garcia says, guy is set a record high in ERA for one inning. Well, hey, look, man, not everybody could be Chance Adams. David says, IKF is just as bad as Gallo. Both need to go away. I don't know. Gallo, they both suck ass. IKF isn't bad. I'm not gonna beat up on IKF too much at all. I'm not gonna beat up on IKF, Dane. You know.
No.
Just to give you an update, Dane. Maybe you missed. I don't know if you heard me.
No,
Jack
I
Curry
heard you.
tweeted. You heard a Jack Curry tweet? All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm excited.
I am too.
Dude said, "Watch out, Pete's got a chubby." I love this fucking chat.
I do too. You all right there, brother?
I'm good, man. But the thing about you, Dane, it's the delivery, man. The delivery is just different. Your delivery is just fucking different, man. The fact that it matters, I do too. It's just you should do stand-up comedy.
Oh, I'd be terrified to get on stage.
Joe says no sword fights live on YouTube. All right, you got it. But look, man, we are excited about this news. Grace Monroe, how you doing? Jerry Rivera, what's up, brother? But yeah, look, I guess anytime Jack Curry talks, I think you got to take a listen, right?
Yeah.
Jack Curry's one of those guys and that's the reason why, Dane, I don't know if you feel the same way. That's kind of the reasons why I feel like Corbin Burns isn't going to happen, because Jack Curry was kind of like, pfft.
He would be so expensive for 1 year, and then the chances of re-signing him and adding another $33 million to your payroll, is that really the way that they're going to go?
Right. And he would be more costly than Dylan Cease, right?
Oh, yeah.
Even though Cease got 2 years of control, I still think it'd be more costly.
Yeah, because Burns has been the superior pitcher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ami, yes, we do. The voicemail line is open, guys. It is right there in the chat. It is pinned. So if you need the number to the voicemail line, it's right there. We do got a few. Let's go ahead and get to that. Dane, you heard the voicemails, right, when I played it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's go to another voicemail. I believe Mario's going to be joining us sometime soon, whenever he's on. He'll be joining us, but let's go to the next voicemail.
What's up, P? What's up, Dane? You think they should extend Glaber, or what are we doing with Glaber? Because I think they should trade Peraza, Miami, for some pitching, something like Edward Cabrera or Jesus Luzardo. I think they should extend Glaber. I just want to know your thoughts. What do you think of the show?
Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that, man. When it comes to Gleyber Torres, I just have a hard time seeing the long-term fit. He's gonna probably make well over 150.
You gotta
have a hard time with it.
Yeah, you gotta assume he's gonna be 27 years old when he enters free agency. So he's probably gonna get $25 million a year for at least 7 years. If he has a great season, maybe he gets more than that. But that's not the reason why I wouldn't extend him. I am a big fan of kids that are coming. We just did an interview last week with a kid named Jared Cerna. This kid is unbelievable. He was hit 400 for the first 5 weeks of the season, hit 283 the rest of the way. 19 doubles, 19 home runs, 29 doubles, and 28 stolen bases. The kid is phenomenal. He can actually play all three infield positions, second, shortstop, and third base.
How's his arm? How's his arm? Is his pretty good velo?
Double plus.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He's got an elite arm. Like
nice.
Peraza kind of arm.
Wow. And this kid is oftentimes, so if anybody does not know about Jared Cerna, by the way, the interview was absolutely phenomenal. These guys handle it very, very well. And that is again on Yankees Farm channel. So guys, please go subscribe to Yankees Farm. All you got to do is type in Yankees Farm and boom, you're going to see it right there. I have the NYY Underground on it. You know who it is. Go sub. But he gets the comparisons to Jose Altuve because they're basically
all
the
the
same size.
time. Yeah.
And
he's a little stronger.
Like an animal, right? This kid could hit the ball.
Yeah, the exit velocities are 110 plus.
And the Yankees love that, by the way. So
Yeah, they love big exit velocities. And just to further what he's doing, he went to the Mexican Winter League, and he's second in batting average, and I believe he was third in hits as recently as this weekend. So, I mean, he's just continuing to tear the cover off the ball while he's playing a plus shortstop down there, too.
Wow. And where does he start next year, you believe?
I believe he probably starts in Double-A.
Really? I was going to say high A.
Well, he finished in high A. He spent quite a bit of the season there.
Okay. Damn, let me tell you something, man. If you just a quick shout out to Somerset Patriots. If you guys have not even visited their ballpark, it's an absolute experience. Just to give you guys a heads up, if you and let's understand this here. They're also going to have some really good prospects next year there in Double-A.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
They're going to have Ben Rice, Augustine Ramirez, Spencer Jones,
yeah.
Chase Hampton,
Yeah.
Brock Selvage.
Cerna could be there.
Brock Selvage. You're going to see a lot of talent there.
Yeah, so
that might be the most talented level to start.
No doubt about it. If you want that baseball experience, you don't want to pay the Yankee Stadium prices, by all means, man, their ballpark is phenomenal. It's a beautiful park. It's not overly expensive. And let me tell you something, man, you can get up close. A lot of the players are walking around and they talk with you. You get autographs. It's a really, really nice stadium. I'd recommend it for anybody if you have not been, if you're local, close to the area. No doubt about it. Go check it out. Really, really good. Guys, we got 22,121 subs. Hit that subscribe if you have not. We got over 800 people in here. Make sure you guys come on in. You got to be subbed to be in the chat. So hit that sub. Come join this amazing community, and let's keep it going. So you said, Dane, that you would include Warren in the deal.
I would.
What do you think the White Sox would ask for, though? Because there's going to be a lot of teams after this guy. What do you think a legitimate ask can be on their end?
Torres, Pereira, and probably a prospect or maybe two.
You think they'd be interested in Glaber?
They might be more interested in Peraza.
I'm just
they
wondering
just let
unless
Tim
maybe they feel like they could keep him long term.
Tim Anderson's gone.
Yeah.
So they need somebody to take over that spot. That's Peraza more than likely. But
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking more Peraza, Everson Pereira potentially.
Maybe an
a
Oswalt
starting
Cabrera.
pitcher or a starting pitcher prospect at some level. I just don't know if the Yankees would be willing to give up Warren. I think maybe if it was a 2-for-1 type deal, they would. But I think if you're asking for Everson Pereira, Oswalt Peraza, and Will Warren, I think that's a no. For me, you have to go maybe a lower level starting pitcher in that regard.
Clayton Beater would make a lot of sense.
Clayton Beater makes a lot of sense.
Yoendrys Gomes, Luis Heel could all make some kind of sense in that scenario.
And I'm telling you, man, I know there's some people in here that do not like Dylan Cease, but you're talking again about a 1-2-3 that if you get Yamamoto, when they land Yamamoto, that's already set and locked in stone. Imagine your number 4 starter being a guy that maybe gives you 175 innings and 220 Ks. I mean, that's shit. Why? That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's actually going for it.
No, Dane, no question about it, man. I mean, you sit back and Jimmy Lobo, thank you so much for subbing, brother. We appreciate you. 284 on the likes. Come on, guys. We got to get those like numbers up, man. Hit that like button. It's a little thumbs up. Give it a little clicky.
And if you're on your cell phone, you might have to exit out of the stream and hit the like button, pop right back.
Yep. Yeah, it's the live chat. I noticed that too on my phone. If you got the live chat on, you press the X, it'll go down. You could press the like, and then you could bring the live chat back up.
Yes.
But man, oh man, I tell you, if you can land somebody like him, and let's be honest here, the Yankees got the players to do that. There's no question about it. The Yankees got the prospects and the talent pool to do it.
You know what else might interest them as a catcher?
We got him. Oh, I don't want to deal Augustine though.
I don't think it would have to be Augustine.
Think Narvaez?
I think Narvi would make a lot of sense. Rortvet.
Rortvet could make a lot of sense for them, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rortvedt could make a
MLB
lot
ready.
of sense for them. Ball kind of flies at that ballpark. Maybe he could put up some decent numbers over there. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
The kid can hit. He just didn't hit last year in the major leagues.
Yeah, he looks like, and the crazy thing is he does look the part. So you see him up there batting, and you're like, bro, come on, how are you just rolling over to second base all the time? Like, he should be able to drive the ball with authority, even to the opposite field. He did that in his first at bat when he doubled off the left center field wall.
He did.
And you just, yes, guys, voicemails are open, everybody. You could drop your voicemails. We're going to keep getting to him here. But he just seems like a guy that should do better than what he did last year. And he's a good defender. It's not like he's a bad catcher.
And I'll go back to what I originally heard. Rocco Baldelli was a big fan of this guy and did not want them to trade him in that Josh Donaldson deal because they saw him as a potential middle of the order bat. So
no doubt. Let's continue. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dane.
No, I was just going to say, I think he could make sense as a trade piece.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm right there with you. We also have, I want to bring up another pitcher that they mentioned, but first let's get to a couple of voicemails and then we'll talk about that.
How you doing, everybody? Hey, I just called to say, I really hope that Yamamoto picks the Yankees because if he picks the Mets, that would be bad. But my question is, the Dodgers aren't going to get him, are they? All right, everybody, have a good day now.
I don't know who the two finalists are. I really don't. I don't know if it's the Dodgers and the Yankees. I don't know if it's the Mets and the Yankees. I really don't know. I don't know if and by the way, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it, man. I don't know if maybe the Mets had that meeting again. The first thing that popped into my mind, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating on the Mets. I told this to somebody on Twitter. I don't give a shit about the Mets, to be honest. I don't care. Just like I don't care about the majority of other teams out there. I care about the New York Yankees. I really don't care about the New York Mets. Dead serious.
Yeah.
But Dane, I don't know why I say this. The first thought I got when I saw the Martino thing that he had dinner with the Mets, right? Again, I don't know why I thought this. And people could go, well, it's because you're a Yankee fan. All right, maybe. I don't know. For
thank
some
you,
reason,
but no thank you.
Not even. I felt like it was they say Yamamoto requested it. Okay, if that's the case, then I'm probably wrong. But I almost feel like it was like before you decide, can we get one more conversation? Let you meet the manager, let you meet this, let you meet that, and let's sit down and have one. Can we do that? I don't know why. That's the first thought that came to my head. And maybe it's because I'm a Yankee fan and I'm like, I really like this guy. And maybe that's the case. I don't know. But the first thought that came to my head was, we want to see you again, and we want to convince you one more time. And if we can't convince you now, that's it. We're gonna give you a shit ton of money. This is what we're trying to do, so on and so forth, and that's it. That's the first thought that came to my mind.
The first thought that came to my mind was he was going to Cohen's house to say, thank you. I appreciate all the interest you showed in me, but I'm going to choose to play somewhere else.
And and that's the crazy thing about stuff like this, right? Is that we don't have no idea.
I don't. That's just my opinion, guys. I am just.
Me too. He could be very interested in the Mets. I don't know. Me and Dane have gone on what we have been told, right? We've gone on only what we have been told. And that's why I told you guys, when people ask me, what do you think? I say the Yankees without hesitation. I have not wavered off that. I will not waver off that until we have some other information. Everyone I have spoken to that has broken me news in the past, or that I trust enough of their opinion and what they say and the people they know, have all continued to say the Yankees are in a great position. If I would have guessed right now or tell you what I think is going to happen, he is going to be a New York Yankee. That's what I continue to hear.
That's all I've heard, is that as long as the money's close, he prefers the Yankees.
And John Morosi apparently said today on MLB Network this morning that he's been enamored by the Yankees for years.
Yeah. But he's been wearing the hat since high school, so he's obviously been a fan.
If you remember when me and Mario were live for Soto,
Right.
One thing that me and Mario, and I kept repeating to him, besides the Jordan the Barber stuff, he was right the whole time. But besides anything else, I said, Mario, here's why I know this deal's gonna happen. You can't sit there and tell me that every single insider is wrong. Every single insider is completely off. Because again, if you look at this situation, yes, every insider did not say that he's gonna be a Yankee, but they've all said the Yankees, from what they hear, are the far ahead favorite.
Yep.
I don't know if there's been another one that have said something different. All the main ones that I've seen have said the Yankees.
I haven't read a big name reporter that covers the major leagues say that they thought Yamamoto was favored somewhere else.
Exactly. And that's kind of what we're basing, a lot of this stuff off. We'll see what happens. And Dodgers fans say he's been a Dodgers fan. Okay, I mean, hey, he knows.
I haven't seen the pictures of him in a Dodgers hat. Maybe he was, but I haven't seen the pictures of the hat.
We don't know. I mean, we're basing a lot of this stuff off, too, on the idea that, he has told Joel Wolf, and this has been reported in a lot of areas, that he wants to play for a legacy club, that he wants the biggest stage, that he wants the brightest lights. There was an interview the other day with Adam Jones, who played with him. And Adam Jones said flat out, yes, this guy wants the biggest stage. He wants that. And the other thing, too, that I'll bring up to people, when people go, it's all about the money. Let me give you guys a reason on why somebody like him, it may not be. The same reason why it wasn't for Ohtani. Ohtani said, I could defer all this money because I make so much outside of the club. This is going to be the same thing for Yamamoto, folks. The number 2 player behind Ohtani, listen to this, was Mike Trout at $5 million. Ohtani made $40. Do you know why? Because of Japan. It's going to be the same thing. Adam Jones said where Yamamoto is from in Japan, there's a population of 22 to 25 million people.
Yep.
They are going to go bananas if this guy has the Yankee logo on his cap. He is going to make a lot of money outside of what a major league club is going to pay him.
I would be really surprised if he didn't make 10, 15, 20 his first year.
And Dane, where's a really good place to play to get money being a Japanese player?
New York?
Oh yeah. I thought we agree?
I don't know. I've been wrong a lot in my life, but New York would seem like the most logical place to me.
Yeah, man, I think New York would make quite a bit of sense. We still have a couple of more voicemails while we have Dane here. I think Mario is joining us at 6:30, so it's about 11 more minutes here with Dane. I think somebody asked you too, Dane, what do you think about Imanaga? So I'll have you answer that first.
I think he's a very solid pitcher. I don't see him as a top of the rotation pitcher. I see him more as a mid-rotation starter.
I think he's better than Kikuchi. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think he might even be better. Might even be better than Senga.
That's saying a lot. Senga was friggin' good.
He was, but
Imanaga got the stuff. He got the stuff.
And it's from it's a high velo fastball from the left-hand side. 95, 96.
William says Imanaga is a decent reliever at best. Nah, bro. Nah, Imanaga is going to start at this level. Trust me. He's going to start at this level. And if anybody isn't aware of what type of stuff he has, go watch the WBC finale. He started. And let me tell you something. That's a Major League Baseball, by the way. If you don't think that stuff is going to play as a starter in the major leagues, go watch it. Go watch it again and you'll see. Trey Turner took him deep, okay, but he's going to get home runs hit off in the majors. He's going to get home runs in the majors. He did in Japan. He's going to do it in the majors, trust me. But he's not going to be a relief pitcher. This is a guy that's going to be a starter in the major leagues.
Yeah. He's been one of the better starters over there for a couple years.
Yep. Always pitching in the low to mid 2 ERAs. So he's going to get his stuff going. David with the super chat says, I think it's down to the Mets and the Yankees for Yamamoto. He then also adds, Tanaka was Yankees all time. To no club was, Tanaka I guess he's saying Tanaka was the Yankees all the time. There was no other club that was close. We'll see what happens when it comes to Yamamoto. We don't know, but again, while we got Dane here for about 9 more minutes, let's continue to get some voicemails going.
Yo, what's up, boys? Just want to say, appreciate y'all. Y'all's out here doing God's work. Merry Christmas, too. What y'all think? Is tonight the night? Do we stay up all night, wait and pop that bottle for Yamamoto? Make Yamamoto happen? What you think?
I don't know if tonight's the night, Dane. What do you think?
No, I do not believe it's tonight. I think tomorrow is when you're going to really, I think Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't think it goes past then.
Well, what I hope we do get is maybe something from a Curry, a Passan, maybe something saying that kind of officially unofficial. So to say, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like we're waiting for it.
Yeah, like I don't know. I guess if there's a tweet that says Yamamoto expected to sign with the Yankees by Passan, it's done. So I don't think it's gonna be that. But I just hope you get one of those within 24 hours or decision imminent, something like that.
That's
And
exactly what you want.
Yeah, kind of just hang around with and wait to see when that actually happens. But we'll continue to do some more voicemails. And I agree with what Carson Ray just said. Passan wouldn't report it until he signs. I agree with that.
Hello.
Hey, Pete. Kyle Malay here. That Jack Curry tweet got me excited. Let's go get him to a 10-year, $330 million contract. Let's do it tonight. Let's get this. Or early tomorrow morning. Let's do it.
Kyle, man, trust me, we want the same thing as you, brother. We want the same thing as you, man. We want this deal done. We want it locked and loaded. We're ready to go. We're as excited as you guys. That's why I said I'm here. We're going to stay here today, tomorrow, Wednesday, whenever the deal happens. I'm just hoping that it is by Wednesday, the latest, and it doesn't go too far out until maybe after Christmas and all that. I hope that's not the case.
No.
David says, Dane, question, who do you think you like the most? Hampton, Warren, if you had to trade one and keep the other?
I'll go over the plus and negatives there. Warren is the more complete pitcher right now. Better pitch package, but the ceiling isn't quite as high. Hampton has the highest ceiling of any right-hand pitcher in the system, but he's also an injury risk because he only threw 66 innings in college, and they had to shut him down this year at 106.1 innings because he's just never pitched that much. I would actually lean towards probably keeping Warren.
Keeping Warren? Interesting. I really thought that you would go the other route. I thought you were going to say Chase Hampton.
Bro, I went talking to Grayson Crawford, changed my mind on a lot of things. And
well, he sounded like he was very, very high on Will Warren, extremely high on Will Warren.
He said Will Warren has the best stuff he's ever seen.
Holy shit.
And this is the same guy that saw Warren, Beaters, Thorpe, Yoendrys Gomes, Hampton, saw all those guys this year. So if there's someone who can accurately assess whose stuff's the best, it's probably Grayson.
No doubt. And I saw somebody in the chat say, are we going to be showing Yankees Hot Stove? No. But what I will likely do is when the show starts up and Jack Curry is usually one of the first ones that talk, I'll probably put that on so you guys can hear what he says, and we'll go from there. Let's continue on with the voicemails. You guys are loading us up. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
I was just wondering if and when the Yankees get Yamamoto, will they be on more free agents, or do you think that would be the end of their off-season signings?
Well, that's interesting you actually bring that up because I was going to talk about that. According to, I forgot what insider it was, but they said that. I think it was Ken Rosenthal maybe. basically said that the Yankees get Yamamoto, they're still going to be digging into free agents and starting pitching. So I'll say this right now. They also brought up Montgomery there, and he wants Rodon money. The Yankees aren't getting Yamamoto, and they're giving him 5 years, 165. There's no friggin' way in hell that's happening.
No, there's no chance.
And honestly, it doesn't make sense in my opinion. It makes no sense in the world to do that.
I love Monty, great guy, solid pitcher, but he's not. I know he had an incredible offseason, but I'm not paying him like a number 2 for what he did in 2 or 3 series versus seeing him for his whole career.
And then they also bring up this idea of the Yankees maybe trying to develop a super pen, so to say. Look, get Yamamoto, maybe trade for a starter, and go from there. That to me is the best route for the Yankees. Again, you want to look at free agents. I'm dead serious, man. Look at Gio Urshela. I just feel like that makes all the sense in the world at a cheaper deal. And, it kind of gives you that backup because there is a little bit of concern with DJ LeMahieu. I don't think when DJ LeMahieu was an MVP candidate, he was play all over utility guy for the Yankees. I say give him that role back, and
I think that's his best role.
I think it is too. I think, having a couple of days every week and a half or so makes sense. And having a guy like Urshela to say, hey, look, man, you're starting tomorrow. DJ plays 2 days, 3 days in a row. Urshela started the next day. I think that makes all the sense in the world for the Yankees. And again, like Dane said, it's not like he's going to cost a shit ton of money. So why not? Let's get another voicemail in here, and then Dane will have you wrap up your final thoughts.
Sure.
Hey, Pete, Dane, how you doing?
How you doing?
You think they could be a package of like a Gleyber Torres, Everson Pereira, and then like a B prospect? You guys would know better than me, but like a B prospect down in AA, or do you think that would be enough for Cease, or is it going to cost a lot more than that? Then you got Peraza slides over to second, or DJ slides to second, Peraza plays third.
I really don't know the value of Dylan Cease or what they're asking for him. But Torres, Pereira, and Beater, I think is more than enough, right? I think that's far, far more than enough.
I think it would be. That's actually the exact package I would offer.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of just reminds me maybe of something where the White Sox may try to hold out as long as they can to maybe get an overpay for him.
Right.
Because apparently the rumor is they are going to trade him. So
really?
Yeah, that was that. I read that today. I forgot who posted that. I think somebody that covers the White Sox, I believe, posted that they believe he is going to trade him. Dave says Cease has a 40 value on that one trade site.
That thing never.
I don't believe in that thing at all, man. People do. People like swear by that damn thing, but I don't know. Jimmy, I can have all three of us on the screen, but we're choosing not to. To keep it.
Guys, you'll see me again. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and basically what I was gonna say, one, it's not in the plans for these type of shows, but Yankees land Yamamoto, don't worry, because we're actually gonna be doing a team thing again, where it's like 6 of us on here. So stay tuned for all of that. But Dane, we're about to get Mario in here. Final thoughts on everything going on. What do you think?
I'm going to buy sake in the morning, so
you're getting prepared.
Yes.
Little sake. Are you gonna? What is it? What's the temperature again?
98.4.
98.4, folks. Again, you hear Dane? If you get your sake, 98.4. If you want a little warm sake, you'll be good to go. Does the warm sake still hits the same?
That's what my understanding. I've never had it. My dad's the one's a big fan of it, but he actually said it makes the hit a little bit harder, but
that's what I'm talking about. Smacky to likey, Dane. Hitty the subby.
Love you guys.
Let's wait. Before you go, Dane, let's get you to say smacky to likey, hitty the subby.
Smacky that likey and hitty that subby, guys.
I love Dane. Love you, brother.
Love you.
All right. I'll see you later. That is the one, the only Dane Huber guy. Nobody like him. Guy's an absolute sweetheart, man. I love Dane. I really do. He is my guy. But Let's get ready to get the one, the only Mario Gomez in here. Mario's ready. Mario's hype. And my understanding is Mario himself wants some sake. Yeah, there he is.
How we doing, everybody? How's everybody doing, man? So happy to be back with you guys. It's been a while. We are on Soto, Yamamoto watch, whatever you want to call him, man. Happy
Mario,
to be
let me tell you, man.
guys.
And we get you on here, I start getting a little nervous. I get a little nervous. You know why? I'm waiting for that tweet to pop up in like 2 minutes.
Man, I hope
Everybody
so.
hold tight. I'm waiting for it.
That's what the hope is right now. Curry's about to come on. Hopefully, give us some good news, but I don't know. Wait, chat. Let me address this real quick with the chat. All right. I'm gonna shave my head. All right, it's gonna happen after the holidays. Listen, Pete knows I've been losing a lot of sleep over this. Listen, I still got my hair, right? I got the holidays coming up. I gotta get some nice pictures with the fam. Then after the holidays, I'm gonna shave it off. All right. So everybody,
guys, look.
You know, I'm regretting it. I'm regretting it a lot. I will not lie to you guys.
Let me tell you guys something about Mario real quick, all right? Let me tell you guys something about Mario. One thing Mario has 100% learned, he ain't doing what he did again. He ain't promising nothing. That is it. That is the last time he would ever promise anything when it comes to doing something if something happens, all right? So I like everybody, a couple of people there are giving you the pass, Mario. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Listen, man. I know I said I would do it. Listen, it was a long night. I know I'm stalling, man. I'll cut it. I'll cut it real short. I can't go bald though, but I'll cut it. I'll cut it real short.
Let's take a listen real quick. Let me put this on.
With him as a person, as they've had conversations with him in a planned meeting that they had on Sunday. That dialogue continued between both sides, and the Yankees are the type of team that wants to let Yamamoto know that he would be a perfect fit in New York. This is a guy who craves the big stage and who is a superstar who could be part of a global brand. So as the Yankees are having that dialogue with him, they're reminding him of their rich history, their legacy of championships, and Michael, that also includes their lineage with Japanese players, something that I'm sure Yamamoto, a very meticulous young man, is watching closely.
Everything I've heard about Yamamoto, he has a rich appreciation of baseball history, and he realizes what the Yankee brand is all about. And I think that's going to be an attraction. The fact that none of the teams that are pursuing him have made any kind of financial offer tells me a lot about him and the people that are working with him, because he wants to be comfortable. He wants to know what each team is about, what their plans are for him. He's not worried about the money. The money's going to be there by whichever team that he chooses, but he's going about it methodically, which is the way he goes about his craft as well. And the Yankees have pretty much let him know, you know what? You can do what you do in Japan. It can happen here, and it can happen on the biggest stage. It can happen on Broadway with all the big lights, all the bright lights, and all the things that come with it. I think that's something that he wants.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you more about that in a second, but back to your point, Jack, about the history with Japanese player and the success that the Yankees have had.
Well, yeah, guys, we know about that already. Of course, Hideki Matsui, Hiroki Kuroda, Ichiro, and then, Masahiro Tanaka. But to me, that's interesting, man. That's a lot of the stuff, Mario, that we've been talking about, right? Is that the big stage. He's a javelin thrower. He throws a javelin in Japan. He throws darts from really far away. And it's like ways that he trains. So hearing that, it seems like the Yankees are sitting there going, you can do all that here. It's not going to be a problem.
No, 100%. And I mean, I think Kay said it, that he went there. Listen, he went to go visit all the teams. Like we said, it would happen. We knew after the Soto deal, it was not going to happen right away. He's going to take his time out of respect to all the teams that, are interested. He goes out there, nothing was negotiated money-wise. He hasn't talked about that yet, but, we're hoping in the next day or two that we'll hear some rumors about offers from teams that's passing, Passing doesn't jump the gun, Pete. Passan is a guy that he waits until everything is official, and apparently there hasn't been offers over 300. So I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel pretty confident that if nobody offers over 300, he's going to be a New York Yankee, because I feel that that's where he wants to be in the end game. So
yeah, I'm 100% confident. I have been, I haven't wavered off that at all when it comes to Yamamoto. I've been extremely consistent on everything Yamamoto related. Haven't wavered at all. And for me, when it comes to what this guy wants, they just confirmed everything that me and Dane have been saying on here, everything that I said on there. This is a guy that is a student of the game. When somebody says that and they mean it, the Yankees mean something. The Yankees mean something when we say that. You know what I mean? When somebody's going, hey, look, for him exactly.
Definitely with the Yankee cap and all that. I mean, we've seen 2 pictures now with him rocking the Yankee cap.
Right.
And if you don't think that doesn't mean anything to the guy, you're mistaken. You were telling me where he's from, that, a bunch of people are going to be going insane when, hopefully
22 to 25 million people in his city.
Yeah, I mean, that means something, man. I really believe that he really wants to be here.
And the other thing too that I'm gonna keep repeating this. When you hear Michael K just say, I just said it before the show was on because it's obvious. I don't think it's gonna come down to the money in the contract. I don't think it's gonna be something that he goes, oh my God, the New York Mets are giving me $20 million more. I'm gonna go to the Mets because there's $20 million more. I don't think that's gonna be the case because I can make a prediction right now. He's going to be the number 2 highest paid player besides for Ohtani off the field in baseball next year. The number 2 guy last year was $5 million, Mike Trout. This kid is going to get way more. Ohtani made $40 million. He's going to get much more than Mike Trout got for money off of the field. So I don't think he's going to sit back and be like, oh my God, the Mets came in at $20 million more. That's where I'm going.
I don't think money's the biggest thing for him. I think it's where the guy truly wants to be.
Yep.
He's met with all these teams already, Pete. Hopefully we get some more, I guess, more reports with more information on it when it comes to the money side of things. But I think if we're talking $15 to $20 million more between Queens and the Bronx, if he truly wants to be a Yankee, he's going to get the money either way. The guy's going to get paid by somebody. There's multiple teams interested. And if the pinstripes mean something to him and it's $15 million more, he'll be in the Bronx. And I don't think I don't have much doubt about that. And you have been somebody that's been, this guy's coming to the Bronx no matter what. You have not pushed back. You said, clip it, clip this, clip that. This guy's going to be a New York Yankee, and you're standing by that. I'm still at 70, 75%. But, we'll see. Hopefully, I'm sticking to Wednesday. You're sticking to Wednesday.
Yeah.
I know I see some Fridays in the chat. But, I'm just hoping sooner rather than later, before Christmas, because, we like Yamamoto, but you're not LeBron, bro. Don't let this, go on for a long time.
Facts. Let's see what Curry is saying now.
You've got Cole, you've got Judge. They just added Soto in a smart, bold, and necessary offseason move. The Yankees are trying to continue this offseason. The Yankees are trying to make impactful moves, and that's why this Yamamoto discussion and this Yamamoto pursuit has been so important to them.
Yeah, and they're open to a lot of different things. We know the Yankees are always doing business. Brian Cashman trying to figure some things out. There are other free agent pitchers that are available as well. Blake Snell, former Yankee Jordan Montgomery.
I don't care about hearing about other starting pitchers. To be quite honest with you as of right now, I don't care about that. David Miser with the Super Chat says, Pete, another trade idea for a pitcher. What about Valverde from Houston? Valverde? I'm not sure who you're talking about.
I don't know who that is. I'm not gonna lie. With all due respect, David.
Yeah, David, I honestly have no clue what you're talking about, brother. Heck, what's going on, brother? I got no clue. Somebody just said that Michael K's repeating what Pete said earlier. Tim, if you could throw it in there just to confirm exactly what it is. Maybe he meant Framber Valdez. That's probably who he meant, Framber Valdez. But maybe. No, I don't see the Yankees trading for Valdez.
And the Astros would never give us Framber. They would ask for the moon and the stars.
Yeah, no way in hell. And guys, the voicemail line is still open. Let's go ahead and actually get to one of those voicemails, and we'll continue talking from there.
What's up, Pete? It's Ami. Just wondering, you said before that you think the Yankees should just walk away if Yamamoto wants like 350, 360. What would your take be? Your reaction if they do sign Yamamoto and it's more than you'd want, and it's like you could be like, okay, fine, that's good. I want that. If it's like 360. 370, some outlandish number like that. Are we like happy about that? What's the reaction? What are the vibes? All right, peace.
Appreciate it, man. I wouldn't care. No, I don't care if the Yankees sign him for 380. I mean, it's not my money. I don't care. I mean, The Yankees signed him for 380, man. I don't give a poot. I'll be happy that he's a New York Yankee. What I'm saying is if it gets to, I'm talking 380 salary, not with the posting fee. That's when I'm like, that's batshit crazy if it gets that high. Because now you're talking 420 overall, 410 overall with the posting. That to me is absolutely wild. I don't see it going like that. I could make a prediction maybe. Some people might be shocked what he actually does get.
What are you thinking?
I mean, look, if a team goes to 280 is his salary, they're paying 320 overall. Is a team going to go out there and like I seen some people throwing numbers 350, 360. You really think that Steve Cohen's going to say, yeah, I'll drop $400 million on this dude? Almost half a million. I'm going to drop a brick right there. It's possible, don't get me wrong, but I think David Stearns, if he's a voice there, he's probably going to sit there and go, look, man, I get we want this guy. We're competing. We already said it, right? 2025 is the year we really feel like the New York Mets could start taking off. If that's the case, I don't know if anybody's dropping that much.
I don't.
Maybe overall as a deal, 340 tops, that somebody comes in at 300 million and then the posting and all that. You might even see a 280 contract in there. People are going back, he didn't get 300? It's very possible. Very possible.
Yeah, I mean, just where the Mets are at right now, I mean, this is not Mets Underground, but just where they're at right now, I don't think that they're going to offer him 350. I think tops, I'm going to go with 330. I think the Yankees will offer around, the highest they'll go is maybe, I'm going to say 315, maybe 320, something around those lines. I don't think it's going to be the 330. I think the Mets, they say that they really want him. You know, Martino, a lot of these guys saying that that's the Mets' number one target. It has been throughout free agency, throughout this offseason. But, nah, man, I think that the Yankees will definitely be in that ballpark. But, I mean, we're talking $400 million. I think that's a little bit outrageous.
It's crazy.
For the guy that hasn't pitched yet in the major leagues. Not saying that the guy's not going to be good. I think we think he's going to be phenomenal. The guy's got ace-like stuff. But we're talking $400 million. I don't see that being the case.
Yeah, that's one of those things where to me it's very, very hard to believe. Actually, Dane just said at $300 million, the posting fee is $50 million. So again, 300, you're talking about a $350 million deal across the board. That's a lot of money. Guys, we're also 9 likes away from 400. We still have well over 800 people in here. Hit the like button. We are 1 sub away from 22,130. Keep it going, guys. We appreciate you. Voicemail line still open. We'll get to them as we go. But yeah, man, that to me is crazy. I really believe this may come down to a little under 300 million as the final deal or slightly over 300 million.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, the Mets want this guy, but I think Steve Cohen is thinking about 2025, but also they want the guy, but at the same time, what are we going to be like this year? Am I going to have to pay this guy $360 and then we don't really know what's going to be out there in the offseason if a guy like Soto gets extended? Because we're like, what if they're like, listen, we're going to go out, we're going to pay Soto $500 million, $600 million, whatever the guy wants.
Yeah.
And then he gets extended by the Yankees, but you just paid Yamamoto, $360 plus the $50 million? I think it's going to be really tough for them,
It's tough across the board, man. It really is. Apparently what Michael K said, somebody just tweeted me and he said, Michael K basically said that it was a planned meeting in New York. It wasn't something that, like I said before, just came together. Like Andy Martino was saying. Guys, I knew that was baloney the minute it was said. An organization like the New York Yankees, let me tell you something. Joel Wolf doesn't call and go, hey guys, we're going to be there in an hour. This guy wants to meet you. This was planned in advance. They acted like this was something that came together because, oh my God, he met with the Mets. And, nobody knew what was going on. And I want to meet with the Yankees. And no. He came out east because there was multiple plans and meetings set up. It wasn't just because this thing got put together in 30 minutes. That wasn't the case.
It's insane that people actually think that. I mean,
it's wild, man. Yeah. It definitely wasn't the case. Both of the meetings were planned, correct. That's what I'm saying. He didn't just all of a sudden go, oh, man, I want to meet the Yankees one more time. Let's see if they can meet me in the next hour. That wasn't the case at all.
I doubt it.
But let's get to another voicemail. Then I actually want to ask you a couple of questions that I asked Dane to see where you stand on it.
Okay.
Let's play one more voicemail, and then we'll get into that.
Yo, it's Ami again. Just wanted to say one more thing I forgot about. Personally, I'm a much bigger fan of Roki Sasaki than like Sasaki is another level. I think he's a dog. He's an animal. Like 103 with the nasty secondaries. I love Sasaki. And I'm thinking maybe I'd rather wait on Sasaki to get posted and come over. What's your take on that?
It's not the Yankee way, man. It's not the Yankee way. And I hear this so much with the rumor of Roki Sasaki coming in IFA in 2024. I hear this so damn much, man, about, just wait then. I mean, why are we doing this? I heard the same thing about Soto, right? How many people were saying that? Wait until he's a free agent. Don't get him now. There's no reason. Wait again. Roki Sasaki's great, but I also hear people go, this guy's so much better than everybody. Guys, you do know that the guy the Yankees are gunning for, Yamamoto, he won the Sayamura Award 3 years in a row. This is arguably the greatest statistical starting pitcher to ever come out of Japan. It's a big deal. It's not some nobody.
Listen, this is my case on this beat, right? Yankees go out, they trade for Juan Soto, one of the best hitters in baseball.
Yeah.
Flat out, you can't wait. Can't wait. Another year of Judge. We're hoping the guy's going to be healthy. Garrett Cole coming after a Cy Young season. You go 82-80. You can't go out there and say, oh, no, we'll get Sasaki next year. The fact that you traded King, listen, if King was still on the team, you still had Burrito, Vasquez, maybe that's a little bit of a different story, right?
Yep.
But the fact that you traded all those guys away, you get Soto, you're basically saying, nah, we're trying to win now. You can't go out there and be like, all right, unfortunately, Rodon, didn't have a good year last year. And if he did, maybe we'd be talking about this in a little bit of a different light. Then maybe we can be like, possibly we can wait till next year for Sasaki, but the guy didn't have a good year. That's the facts. We really don't know what he's going to be next year. We want to hope that he's going to be, a 2. That's what he was signed to be. Garrett Cole's number 2, but him as a 3 with a nice little, low 4 ERA, high 3s. We'll take that after the disaster season that he had. So the Yankees can't go out and they can't wait. Yamamoto's out there. He wants to be a Yankee. Get the deal done. That's the Yankee way.
Yeah, man. You gotta lock this guy up now. And if you guys remember, before Soto was a Yankee, there was a lot of people saying, who would you pick number 1? And I said, look, I just feel that they're a package almost. Like for the Yankees, it almost feels like it has to be a package because missing one or the other is gonna bring you down a bit on this club. It's you're not gonna sit there and go, this team doesn't have a chance to compete. That's not the case, but it certainly will feel different. There's no denying that.
A lot of things would have to go right. Let's be real. Rodon's got to pitch well.
Yeah.
Again, we love Nestor, man, but what is he going to be next year?
Yeah.
We did not see him a lot last year. Clark, his second year as a starter, is he going to have an innings limit? There's a lot of question marks with the rotation. Frankie Montas, okay, if you sign him, even our pitching Will Warren, what is he going to be when he comes to the major league level? We have no idea. There's one guy we know for sure, and that's Garrett Cole. Flat out.
Garrett Cole's the one guy that you really do pencil in and go, this guy's gonna give us something. And I'll be real too. I'm not a huge fan of the free agent starting pitchers that are out there. I'm not giving Jordan Montgomery 5 years, 165. No, I'm not doing it. Blake Snell's not coming to New York. We know that already. There's nobody out there. And this might sound crazy. I take a risk on Frankie Montas, I think, before any of those guys because I'm not locking this other guy up for 5+ years. But like I said, Snell's not coming here. I'd probably take a risk on Montas on 1 year and then look to make a trade.
Yeah, just let Monty, like you said with Dane, let him go back to Texas or elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that Snell's coming here. Yamamoto's the guy, flat
He's the
out.
guy, man.
He's really interested. I don't even want to I see that, yes, what they have to do, and they got to bring up guys like Burns and Cease. We'll get into Cease in a little bit, but
yep,
Yamamoto's the guy, and all it takes, and I know it's not my money, so I don't really care, but all it takes is money. Money to get the deal done. And if the guy really wants to be here, you see a ton of reports, you see the pictures, he's He's been a Yankee fan. Whether Dodgers fans want to say it or not, Mets fans don't really care.
Yep.
The guy, I truly believe the guy wants to be a Yankee. And they
No
give him
question, man.
the right money. I'm saying north of $300 million, it gets it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would like to see, and I know people kind of shy away from years. I see that a lot. People go, oh my God, no, don't give him 10 years. And I'm like, so you'd be okay with 9? I'm just like,
yeah, it's like 1 year difference.
What's the difference on that? Like, look, this kid is 25 years old. I always like to look at things and go, okay, what is the worst case scenarios here of a situation? You got to believe that not everybody is going to be wrong about Yamamoto, and he's going to be a good pitcher. Let's just go with a negative here and go, okay, we signed this guy, and he starts to break down in his early 30s, and he's not the same guy he was when he first came here. Well, if I can guarantee 4 to 5 really strong years from this pitcher, I give him 10 years tomorrow. And I wouldn't even think about it. I'd give him 10 years tomorrow without even thinking about it because, again, this team has to win now. This team is a win-now team. Last year was an absolute, utter disgrace. That's the reason why you've seen me having rants left and right and flipping out because this is not the New York Yankees. Last year was not the New York Yankees. It was a disgrace. It was a joke. Should never happen again. And I hope they learned their lesson. But again, if you're sitting there going, 10 years, 305, when does he sign? Sign it now.
We're talking about years, right? And I know this is another side of the baseball, but a lot of Yankee fans want to give Soto like 15 years. What's the guy going to be when he's 40? Is he going to be the same as he is when he's 25? Listen, we love Judge. What is he going to be like in I don't know, 4 or 5 years down the line?
Right.
When he's in his mid to late 30s. We have no idea what the guy's going to be like.
Mario, I don't care if Soto has a hip replacement, multiple ones from 40 and on. I'll give him 14 years.
A guy like that.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, facts.
Tomorrow.
Make it happen. Whatever it takes, make it happen.
Alex with a good point right here. People forget that in the next 3 years, Yankees got money coming off the books. They do. And guess what else they have in the next 3 years? A lot of young players coming up that are what? Cost effective. They don't cost money. So you have a gap here where you can start saying, okay, all the other guys around these kids are cheap. Spencer Jones, Anthony Volpe, Jason Dominguez, Austin Wells. These are starters. These aren't bench pieces. These are starting pieces for this club. Could make a shit ton of sense for the Yankees. Don't worry. And I even heard Ken Rosenthal say, oh my God, if the Yankees get Yamamoto, you guys can forget about Soto. And I'm sitting there going,
that's ridiculous. Listen, the Yankees gave up so much, and this is what's really making me believe that he will be here long term. You give up so much for a guy like that. You see him in the Bronx for 1 year, and there's nothing that's telling me or you or any other Yankee fan that the guy's going to be slowing down. He's just entering his prime, right?
Could very well just be getting better.
Yeah, very well. And in the stadium, that short porch, he's going to love that short porch.
Yep.
I think he's going to, have a good year when it comes to doubles. But this guy, listen, he's going to want to get paid. I think the Yankees end up doing it because they're going to see this guy raking at Yankee Stadium. And they're like, the jersey sales and everything else he's going to bring in, just the revenue by itself.
No question.
It's
no
like,
question.
Wow.
It's going to pay itself, Mario. It's going to pay itself.
In the first couple
of years.
Probably,
I was hearing somebody talk about Yamamoto, and they said if Yamamoto is as good as people think, within 5 years, $300 million will be paid off.
100%.
If he's as good as everybody expects, the New York Yankees will have that contract done within 5 years. They'll make that money back. And if that continues even further, forget about it. This guy's, he's a money machine for them. He's a money-making machine for them.
It's not your money. So you guys got to stop sweating about, oh my God, the Mets are going to offer him $330. We're going to offer him $350.
Exactly.
Guys,
exactly.
Chicken bucket prices already going up with Soto.
Yeah,
so
let's go, baby.
You got to pay an extra $1 for Yamamoto, man. Listen. And you get to see a World Series championship. We all get to witness a parade. Pete going crazy on a live stream.
Oh
it is so worth it, man. And on top of that, the Yankees have a lot of money. If you guys, I'm trying to find it right now. The free agency tracker. Next couple of years.
There's a lot. I mean, I can name some of them for you. I mean, we know Rizzo, right? We know Gleyber Torres. That's 40+ million. Josh Donaldson, Aaron Hicks, all those guys are falling off. Tommy Kahnle is falling off. There's a lot of money.
Clay Holmes is also coming.
Clay Holmes is gonna potentially fall off. And again, I just wanna. Dane was just on. You guys know Dane is the prospects guru, right? He knows everything about the Yankee system. What did Dane say is gonna be the team to really watch in the minor leagues next year? Double-A. They are stacked and loaded at Double-A. Guess what, guys? That's call them up. It's a phone call.
100%.
It's a phone call away from being in the majors. So the Yankees can sit there and go, you know what? We believe in this. We believe in this core. We believe in Judge. We believe in Cole. We believe in Yamamoto. We believe in Soto. All right, so here's what we're going to do. It might take us out of the free agent market for a year or so. But we have so much faith in our player development system that some of these guys are going to work out and they're going to be very, very effective for years to come. That allows us to be comfortable with the financial commitments, and you're good to go.
That's the biggest reason I think the Yankees aren't going to end up paying guys like Rizzo and Gleyber. Just let him walk, even though Gleyber's obviously in a different part of his career compared to Rizzo.
Yep.
They got so many guys up the middle. Volpe, you got to believe, unless the guy is an absolute bust, he's going to be the Yankee shortstop for 10 to 15 years. And then we'll see what happens at second base.
I'll tell you something about Volpe, though, and this is just facts. Volpe better put it together quick. And I tell you why, man, because you got George Lombard, who Yankees first round draft pick, people are the reports you're getting about this kid is he's going to be really legitimate. And then, of course, Roderick Arias. You got people saying Roderick Arias' ceiling is higher than Jason Dominguez. So, I
saw him down there. I mean, we'll see. I don't want to the kid's still young. He has plenty of time to develop, but if that's the case, Pete, that's huge.
But again, that is best case scenario for the New York Yankees, that it makes you think that way. And that's why I'm telling you guys, you guys know, we do this every single day. I live Yankee baseball. It's what I do. I live this network. It's exactly what I do. So trust me, man, when you look at it, I can honestly sit here and tell you guys, forget about the years past of prospects who have not worked. This system right now is legitimate. It's different than when they had guys like Andy Phillips and all that nonsense. It is very, very different from that time. This system right now is truly loaded. It is stacked. And if you don't believe me, Baseball America ranked them like third, second in pitching, hitting. They're a stacked minor league system. And that is the reason I know if I was in the room with them, I'd say, guys, look, sign these guys. Sign them long term. We got too much coming up. Sign them long term. Lock them in. That's going to be where the money is, and that's okay. Nobody's worried about that. Put that to the side. Focus on the youth coming up. Give them the chance. Give them the time to play. And that's what we're going to do. We got to make this work.
And listen, I understand like the frustration with a lot of pitching prospects, guys like Chance Adams. Like you saw I tweeted out about him, and it's like,
yeah,
I get it, but you guys can tell that it's definitely different. Drew Thorpe is going to be good in San Diego. I truly believe it, but we're talking a guy like Juan Soto. That's who you trade him for. You do it every time.
Yeah,
you do it every time without even thinking. And I wanted to talk about this with 2025 after next season. Guys coming off the books, free agents. Soto, not going to happen because he's going to get extended, hopefully. Kahnle, Torres, Verdugo, Holmes, and Loaiziga. We'll talk about the bullpen a little bit, I'm sure, Pete, but I think you go out and get Yamamoto. I don't think you could say you're done. Obviously, it'll be an A off season because it's been Yamamoto from the beginning, from July when Kevin said it, but you got to go out and get a piece or two for the bullpen. Not sure who's available via trade, but you got to go out there and you got to get somebody.
Mario, I tell you this, man, I'm going to throw this on the screen for you. You probably saw it earlier, but I want to get your opinion on it. The Yankees go ahead and when the Yankees land Yamamoto, I tell you what, man, I am calling up the Chicago White Sox. I am looking at this rotation right here for the New York Yankees. I am looking to bring in Dylan Cease as a number 4 starter. There's some people that are a little concerned about Dylan Cease, but guys, here's a guy last season, not 2023, 2022, had a 2.20 ERA. Last year, got a little wild. Command became a little bit of an issue. But I tell you what, man, this guy 3 years in a row, 200 plus Ks. You get this guy with Matt Blake, and you get him in that whatever they call the fire station or whatever the hell they call that little laboratory they got. Bro, man, Can you imagine that
Him
this
as a
is the
4.
type of rotation? As a 4,
Dude.
bingo.
That's
You're
like
not
a
looking for him to be a 1, 2, even a 3.
that's
He
a
comes in as
luxury,
your
man.
4, bro.
That's a luxury to have that guy as a 4. I know you guys were talking a little bit Corbin Burns as well. I believe Cease is 2 years of control compared to 1.
2 years of
for
control,
Corbin Burns.
correct. Yep.
That's the
Yep.
one thing that turns me off a little bit. I'm sure Burns is a stud. You know, he pitches in the NL a little bit different from the AL East, but I mean, I feel like you get Dylan Cease with Matt Blake, man, and we're talking.
That's what I'm saying, man. To me, this is a guy right here again in Dylan Cease, 27 years old. He already got the mustache locked and loaded. But again, I mean, you got to look at a lot of times when you look at a guy that had a down year, but a previous year before that was so good. What was the big difference? He started walking more guys. And I know I get a lot of grief in here from Yankee fans in this chat that go, Pete, what are you talking about when it comes to Matt Blake? Matt Blake isn't, yes, as an overall team, there has been some pitchers who have not gotten better. A lot of it has been injury related. But if you look on the outside looking in a little more, and you go, he made guys like Albert Abreu useful. He made Nick Ramirez useful. They start throwing more strikes somehow. Clay Holmes starts throwing more strikes. A guy in the bullpen, De Los Santos, the guy they got from
Yuri De Los
Pittsburgh.
Santos, yeah, from
Yuri
Pittsburgh.
De Los Santos. I'm telling you guys, pay close attention to this kid. 97, 98, sick movement on a sinker, 54% ground ball rate. He starts getting a little bit of command. You're sitting there going, this kid's an animal. But again, you give Cease to a guy like Blake as your number 4 starter, I'm giving a good amount up to land at and to make that deal happen.
That's a rotation of our dream. I think somebody said it in the chat, man. Listen, it could be saying, oh, you're getting a little bit greedy, but, we're a world. You got to say, you get Soto, you get Yamamoto. You're trying to win a World Series. There should be no excuses. If you get a chance and listen, right after Yamamoto, you call them up, see what they want. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. It more depends on what other teams are going to be in it with us, trade-wise. And I also want to talk about, I know we make fun of him a little bit, but Nick Ramirez had an under 3 ERA last year with the Yankees. Yeah, so just give him to Matt Blake, man. Let him cook, and I think he'll be all right, man. I think he'll figure it out. As a 4, it's a luxury. I'll say a million.
No doubt about it. Somebody in the chat just said, Pete, would you take Dylan Cease over Imanaga? 100%.
Proven.
100%, man. No question about it. Guys, we are, 17 subs away from 22,150. Hit that subscribe, guys. We got 850 in here. Hit the like button for us. Let's keep this thing growing. We were just a little over 900. Let's try to break 1,000. Let's try to break 1,000 tonight. And of course, if Yamamoto ever signed, we'll break 1,000.
I see.
No question about it.
I wanted to talk about what David said real quick. Anybody anxious about spending so much money on another pitcher when Rodon has been such a disappointment so far? It's two different things with Rodon and Yamamoto. I just think Rodon came in out of shape. It wasn't too great. I don't think he can do that a second year. If that happens, then we got some serious problems. But Yamamoto's also 25.
Yeah, I said exactly what you just said. I told people that. I said, if this guy comes in next year and he doesn't look like he's made a change, or he doesn't look like he's in better shape than he was last year, because again, this is something that Matt Blake himself brought up in an interview.
Yep.
He said he thinks conditioning had something to do with this. That's could have led to more of the back problem. And he maybe have never gotten, I think Hector might have brought this up a couple of times. He goes, look, he really didn't have a spring training. He only made, 3 starts in Double A? I was like, I want to come back.
Messy. Yeah, it was messy when he got, I guess he wanted to come back a little bit too soon. And again, I don't blame the guy. And then, he was asked during spring training, why are you here? He's like, I'm here to pitch in October. I'll take the ball in October, but kind of short, didn't really have a spring training, had 3 starts and went he's ready. Then his first start, I don't want to say they were setting him up for failure, but you put the guy in Colorado in his first start, it's not great.
No doubt about it. David says, for Dylan Cease, would you do a package of quality or give up 6 guys quantity? I do a quality package, man. And I got a couple of questions I want to answer that I saw from you guys. But I'll do quality, man. Me and Mario will get into what we could potentially give up in that deal. But I want to throw a couple of things out there for you guys. Somebody mentioned, where can I get the Bronx or Nothing hat? NYYUnderground.com, guys. It's all there for you. The Bronx and Nothing gear, these hats, this shirt. You see some of the members in the chat now modeling on the website. So
You guys
again,
really
if
like
you
the
guys,
Bronx and Nothing. You guys
Yeah, the
really
Bron-
like that hat.
Bronx and Nothing that hat's absolute fire. I'm gonna be rocking that hat, no doubt about it. I'm getting one of those. I'm getting a hoodie, no question about it. You're gonna see me rocking that. So again, guys, anything on NYYUnderground.com. You got the shop, you got all that. It's all there. The other thing somebody said about the Discord server, Discord is only for members. So if you become a member of NYYU, guys, all you got to do is download Discord, connect your YouTube under settings in Discord, and you'll be brought right into the Discord. But when it comes to a package, look, Everson Pereira's blocked. He's a guy with a lot of power. Dane brought up a pretty good comp to him. He goes, at his best, I could see like a Justin Upton. That could make sense. Swing and miss type guy, but when he hits the ball, he hits it with authority. If they want, they need a shortstop. They need a shortstop. Peraza's right there. He could become their shortstop.
I think at this point, Pete, I'm pretty. I don't want to say I'm very confident, but I'm confident in a way that you say, this is gonna be a World Series team, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta trade Peraza. I don't think that. I know you mentioned Gio with possibly being on the bench
at third base potentially as a third baseman. Yeah, it's really growing on me.
Either Peraza plays every day or you trade him.
Bingo. And that's where I am. And everybody's probably going to hear me say that and be like, bro, what happened to your love for Peraza? I love this kid. I really do. I think if Peraza gets the chance that Anthony Volpe had, where a team just goes, kid, don't worry about it. You're playing every day. You're good. Just go out there and play ball.
It's a little different, man. Volpe's going to be a shortstop. Whether you personally think that Peraza's better than him, the Yankees already made it clear that Volpe's going to be the shortstop of the future.
Correct.
Got DJ LeMahieu pretty much at third. He ain't going anywhere. Gleyber, he was one of the best hitters last season. Are you going to trade him away and then put Peraza at second base? I don't think they will, but that's definitely a possibility.
I don't think so
let him go elsewhere. Let him go elsewhere and play short. I think you can get a decent return because I feel like you already killed a lot of his value.
No question about it. And that's my overall concern for him is he even going to get a chance to play? Will they turn him into some utility player where it's like now you just completely crippled any value he had left? And I don't want to see them do that to this kid. I want to see him even go somewhere and play regularly. That's why I said I'd include him in a Dylan Cease deal. And I feel like if you hit up the White Sox on that, they can't sit back and be like, hey, man, a year ago in 2022, he had a 2.20 ERA. You can be like, yeah, but he had a 4.40 this year. So, you know what I mean? We can argue that all day. Yeah, he got 2 years of control. You guys couldn't fix him, so how do you know we're going to fix him? There's a lot that you can do there and be like, I'm sorry, he's not worth. And I don't think any team is going to sit back and be like, we'll give you, 2 of our top 5 for this guy. I don't really see that happening. But we'll see, man.
I agree with what you said, JC. Definitely. Gleyber's not going to be extended. Why not trade him? You would get a ton for him. And Hal did say, I feel like a lot has changed from, early in the season. I believe he said it in spring training before the season started that, the future is Peraza and Volpe up the middle. But the way the season went last year, I just think it's going to be, it's a little bit similar to Cano in the fact that the Yankees will just let Gleyber walk, but they're not going to offer him, something crazy. I think another team will offer him, north of 18, 20 million if he has another great year offensively, because that's hard to come by for second baseman.
Yeah, and then what it's gonna cost to keep Gleyber with all the young guys coming up in the system? I can't do it, man. Gleyber's a good player. Gleyber's in a tough time right now for the Yankees because you bring in a Soto, you obviously want to re-sign him. You're obviously looking to sign Yamamoto. There's a lot of money going out the door, and if you are smart about this, you really sit there and go, with all the youth we have in this system coming up, that's AA and up, that's the route you want to go more.
You hear a ton of guys. You hear a ton of guys up the middle. Cerno's one of the main guys I've been hearing about, like his hype. I believe he's playing. I don't think it's Dominican ball, but he's playing some kind of winter league. Okay, he's playing there. Yeah. He's tearing it up. I saw Yankee Farm. If you guys aren't following him, make sure you guys drop him a follow on Instagram too. They have a ton of great content you guys got to check out. Yep. But the fact that you have a lot of guys up the middle, like we mentioned, Arias and Lombard, guys like that. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, unless Gleyber has a 45 homer season, which I don't think that's happening, the Yankees aren't going to extend them. They most likely just let him walk.
Yeah, and the one good thing about Gleyber, Mario, is that in this lineup right now, you're looking at where you've been saying for over a year now that he should be batting on a winning team, right?
On a World Series caliber team, a team that says we're serious about winning the World Series, Gleyber Torres is a 6 or 7 hitter. That's where you can be like, wow, we got a second baseman that's hitting 20-plus homers out. And that's where you're talking, man. It's hitting what? 270, 260?
Mm-hmm.
No? That's what you want.
Yeah, doing his thing, lower in the lineup. But the other thing too that I want to bring up when it comes to when I mentioned I want to get your take on Giovanni Urshela, because here's a guy who is very close friends with Gleyber Torres, and he's still training with him now. Every time you see it at IG, he's usually with him. So, he's somewhere around Gleyber Torres. In my opinion, when it comes to a guy like Giovanni Urshela, he's been injured a lot, and we know that. I don't think any Yankee fan is really comfortable going, let DJ LeMahieu just handle third base by himself. He'll handle it. That's fine. That's not the position they originally got him for. They got him for to be a super utility guy. That's when he was an MVP candidate. It's been years since then. He's had the toe issue. His foot's been beat up a bit. You probably want to give him some time off that foot, continue getting treatments on days when he's off. And I love the idea of Gio coming back to the Yankees and being a bench piece, not simply saying, bro, you're a starter. That's not it. You know what I mean? I love that idea of those two guys kind of manning third base. A guy like Urshela who can also show he could play short in a pinch. He could play first base. So can DJ LeMahieu. You can move things around a bit. I love that idea. Maybe on a smaller guarantee with some heavy incentives in it. I love that idea.
In the beginning, I wasn't too crazy about it, but looking at it now, we believe Grisham, Wells, and I believe as well are a lock to be on the bench.
Yes.
You need an infield. I think as well, though. I mean, he'll be everywhere. He's pretty much a super utility guy with IKF not coming back. I would not mind Gio for that reason.
Yep.
You can bring him on a 1-year deal. I don't want to go more than 1 year. A 1-year deal, I'm sure, from the reports, he loves being a Yankee. And he's good friends with Gleyber. And I don't think he would mind, playing 2-3 days a week, a little bit of first base possibly, because you're going to have to give Rizzo days off, especially with what happened last year. And you need
no doubt.
So you can kind of sell that to him and be like, hey, listen, we're giving you this deal. And it's not like you're not going to play at all.
Yeah.
You've been a Yankee before. You know the way we kind of run the team. And you could play a little bit of first, a little bit of third. And then, Volpe's still young, but the Yankees with the rest days, they're going to give him a rest day. And, you could plug him in at short if you really want. I don't think they're too crazy about as well, though, playing shortstop.
Yeah,
they probably have him at,
I agree.
a little bit of left, right, center, third, pretty much everywhere. But you can plug in Gio there and be comfortable with it.
No doubt. And I think, too, I don't think there's going to be many teams out there that's calling them up, giving them a starting job.
No.
I think there's teams that are giving the chance to compete for a starting job maybe. But for a guy like him that's had so many injuries, have rarely been on the field for a full season, I don't think you're going to have teams just saying, hey, complete major league contract, you're just starting third baseman. I don't think you're going to find that much around here. So this could be one of the best positions. One, it's like you said before, right? It's a team he knows.
Yep.
There's multiple positions he's going to be able to play. So as long as you're healthy, you're going to be on that field more often than not. So we're going to give you that chance to play quite often. So to me, it's grown on me. I really didn't like going. I know earlier in the year, we were like Candelario to us could make sense as a full-time third baseman. I think it still made sense.
He went out quick, pretty quick.
He went away pretty damn quick to Cincinnati. That makes sense to me. To me.
Yeah, 1 second. Going back to what Rob Wright said. No way Wells is a bench guy. Trevino the backup. I'm just saying going into opening day. Right. I believe Trevino will still be Garrett Cole's guy, and then
no question.
Wells, Rodon, hopefully Yamamoto, guys like that. So
yeah.
But I still think it's going to be Trevino and Cole. But you got to hope that if Wells is really swinging at that, it wouldn't be a problem that, we're talking postseason baseball. And Garrett Cole's like, I'm comfortable throwing the Wells. I've gotten to the point in the season where he's caught a couple of my starts. Trevino will be helping him out, calling the game, helping him out a little bit. But, you got to hope later in the season that he'll be more comfortable. But I don't think out of spring training that Wells will be behind the plate to catch Garrett Cole. Not that early in the season, at least.
I don't think so either. And guys, we're 12 subs away from 22,150. Again, if you are just watching, hit that sub. Come join us in the chat. It's a lot of fun. Guys, we're still accepting your voicemails. We got a couple to get to. Let's go ahead and get to the next one.
Hey, yo, Poodle Doe. How you doing? Yeah, you know what's I don't even want to say concern because it really ain't. But if we land Yamamoto, I have a feeling that if we don't extend Soto in the year, they're going to do everything they can just to piss on us, the Mets, to try to get Soto from us, just to kind of pull weight. I don't think it'll get to that level. I mean, I hope not. I hope Soto falls in love with New York City and he kind of puts a bug in his agent's ear to kind of get something done with the Yankees to extend him. But I won't be shocked during next off season, the Mets go balls deep and trying to steal Soto from us, just as a middle finger to us. Anyway, man, keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that could be the case. And like I said before, when it came to Soto, I think the Yankees got to use this year as a selling point of why you have to stay here. And I don't think if you're the Yankees, you ever give him the chance to get the free agency. I know people go, well, Scott Boras isn't going to allow that. Well, look, he's the guy that makes the decision at the end of the day. If the Yankees come in with an offer where he's like, damn, holy shit, 515 or 525, I think you got a legitimate case there that Boras could even look at him like, look, at the end of the day, you're the highest paid player ever. People could talk about Ohtani, but that's really like a 460 deal, 480. You go ahead and break that 525 mark, 540 over, 12, 14 years, whatever it is. I think you got a strong chance of him going. It's well better than the offer that was made by the Nationals that I rejected. Why not? Unless they really feel like somebody's going to give him 600 plus.
Listen, give the guy a respectable deal. It's my biggest thing. And I'm hoping by, All-Star break, something's locked up. That's the real hope for me. But you got to think before, he even steps on the field. We know what the guy's capable of. I don't think New York is going to be an issue for him. It's a little bit different. And I know, we just gave Rodon a contract. And I know some people in the chat and Yankee fans that aren't here are a little bit worried about Rodon. But with Soto, it's a different case, man. You give him something respectable, a respectable deal, I guess close to, you were saying, what, 515, maybe 520?
Yeah, 515,
and I think that's very fair, and you're showing Scott Boras and him, like, listen, we know what you're capable of. You haven't even, worn the pinstripes, played a game for us, but we know what you can do. This is what we're gonna offer you, and are we in the ballpark? Like, what are you looking for, stuff like that. And if, you show him that you're serious about keeping him, maybe he's like, I really want to be here. I like it here. And he's fanboying, Pete. I don't know if you've been seeing.
Oh, 100%.
The guy's been posting Yankee stuff everywhere. Hopefully Jordan the Barber is in his ear. His dad is saying, his dad is like, listen, yo, got that key. Stay here, man. We love the pinstripe. So you got to hope, his dad had a little bit of an influence on him,
Yeah.
Gotta listen to your pops, man. If your pops,
you gotta listen to pops. Gotta listen to pops.
And Jordan the Barber.
And Jordan the Barber, no doubt about it. Jordan the Barber, my guy. I can't wait to go to New York and go see Jordan. I'm hitting him up immediately. I got to get that picture and that cut. I'll go live for the whole cut. I'm not even kidding. But if you look at 525, and let's say the Yankees go, you know what? We're going to extend the whole damn thing out. We're going to take this guy until he's 40. A 14-year deal is $37.5 million a year. I mean, even if you go, all right, we're more comfortable with 12, you're talking about $43 million a season. I mean, to be fair, that's in the ballpark of salaries of today's game and what this guy does. You could try to fault him for not being a great outfielder, but let me tell you guys this. Another team isn't. Another team isn't.
If you let him get to free, if he has a killer year this year and you let this guy get to free agency, somebody's going to pay him close to 600.
Bro, somebody's going to pay him a shit ton of money. So,
and it might be the team from Queens.
You never know. If it's all about the money, look, I get that. That's like what the guy Eric came in here saying earlier. He's like, it's all about the money for Yamamoto, so you know where he's going. I'm like, no, I don't think it is actually.
I don't
think
want
it's
it to
very
get
different.
to that point. I don't want it to get to that point though, man. That would be ideal.
It can't. It can't.
That would be ideal, but you don't really know at this point with the Yankees. But you gotta hope by spring training you hear some kind of report saying, the Yankees. I mean, you gotta believe that they're interested in keeping him.
Yeah,
it's not a 1-year rental. You can't believe that.
Yeah, it definitely. The worst case scenario for the New York Yankees is that this thing does get to a point where other teams can bid on Soto. I noticed people in this chat that's like, all right, well, that's going to happen because that's Scott Boras. No, Scott Boras is going to do what's best for his client. And at the end of the day, if there is a proposed offer and he's telling Scott Boras, yes, I would stay with the Yankees. I would love to. And the Yankees are coming to the table going, look, we'll start at over 5. I think you got a very good chance of closing in a deal. How would you not? I mean, you're talking about $500 million offered, on 1 year of being here. I think Scott Boras would sit back and go, look, he wants to play here, but I want him to get a very good deal. And I'm going to be tough. And I'm going to get him the most money I can from you guys because I could threaten all day of saying, hey, time is ticking. You only got a little longer to go until the Mets and other clubs that want this kid are going to offer me a lot of money, maybe more than what you're offering. I don't know that for sure, but more than likely.
Scott Boras said you're serious about keeping this client, right?
No question.
So you can tell Soto wants to be here, clearly. The guy wouldn't be going out of his way, doing all this, posting all this Yankee stuff if he wasn't excited to be here. You got all the guys calling him, making sure he's all right. And it's definitely exciting times, man, but whatever you can do, offer him something, man. In that $500 million ballpark, you get it started there. That's the first offer. You're telling them, we're serious about keeping this kid. We know what he can do. He's entering his prime. Yep. We want it to be him, Dominguez, and Aaron Judge for a long time. That's what we want.
In that outfield, stays there for a long, long time. Vinny says, bid against yourself. It doesn't matter. Sign him. Vinny, I couldn't say it better myself, my guy. But let's go ahead and get to the next voicemail we have here.
Hi, this is Nick from Osceola. I think it may not be official today, but they may say you may have like a handshake or some deal today saying you're officially a Yankee, but you have to go through those contractual and medical stuff, but it will be official tomorrow, but it'll be unofficial today. See ya. Bye.
So I think what you were saying there is that it could be a handshake agreement and they're going to go the whole medicals thing. Mario, look, we don't need another medical situation.
Please.
We're waiting for 12 hours on a medical situation. I tell you what, my dream scenario of this, as we got 908 people in here right now, guys, hit the like button. Let's get that 1K. We're 9 subs away from 22,150. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. But when it comes to what I want to see happen, I would love, whether it is 9 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock tonight, tomorrow morning, I want to see a tweet that says Yamamoto decision imminent or Yamamoto decision expected today. Because I'm going live all day long. I will not leave here all day long, bro.
I don't think the chat understands that you don't sleep.
No,
you hear Yamamoto's name, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, we got to get live. We got to get on live.
I'd wake up, I'd be like, oh, he signed. I wouldn't look at nothing. That'll just be sleep. I'd be like, he signed. I got to go live. And I'll just be right downstairs, set up live, ready to go. I mean, there's no way in hell that I'm not going to let that. I'll let that happen. I mean, I really want that to happen. And it gives us a bit of a heads up, but we'll see what happens. But is there a hot stove again on Wednesday or no?
I am not sure, but if you want, I could check that out right now.
Yeah, because I don't think they typically have them Monday and Wednesday. But if there's like a reason, because this is supposed to be a busy week, so they just might.
Maybe if the chat could find out too, I'm gonna.
Yeah, let me see. Let me take a look real quick myself. Because I would say, like, I know people always go, hey, why don't we, keep a close eye on what Curry said. If that's the case, if anybody missed it, I mean, it was basically everything that we wanted to hear.
Yeah,
that was everything that we wanted to hear, really.
The confidence that they had. And I'm not going to say it's the same as Soto. Because
Thursday, by the way, is the next one.
there was reports kind of that, the Yankees, not just favorites for Soto, that they were discussing names and stuff like that. So that obviously made you feel good, but they were saying, how I like him as a person, things of that nature. So you got to hope within the next 2 days that something's going to go down, man.
And one of the quotes that stood out from Curry was that the Yankees have a history with Japanese players. And the other one, again, was this guy's a student of the game. So he knows what the Yankees mean. And apparently one of the big things for him, and this is the same thing that Adam Jones even said, who played with him, he knows the game of baseball and he wants to build a legacy. Again, I'm just, call me biased, call me Yankee biased, call me whatever you want. But if you want to be on the biggest stage, folks, I'm sorry, there is no other stage out there besides playing in Yankee Stadium. That's the stage, 1. 2, if you're trying to build a legacy, I'm sorry to tell you, you can't do it in LA. Can't do it in LA. The legacy is Ohtani's. He's already have it. It's his.
You'll be second fiddle. You'll be second fiddle.
You'll be second fiddle. There's nothing he can do about that. And then let's be real. The New York Mets, if you want money, okay, I can see it. But if you want legacy and history of the game and biggest stage and a past, a history of good Japanese players, they just don't have it. They're apparently going to retire Darryl Strawberry's number 18 also, apparently. If that's the case, you don't also have number 18.
Yep. And listen, you guys could be like, oh, just a number. That means something. I guarantee you when he signs with the Yankees, and I'm saying when, because I'm trying to manifest that, put it in the air, kind of be like Pete, being very positive about it. When he signs with the Yankees, I guarantee you they'll bring up something along the lines of, he'll say, it meant a lot to me that they kept number 18 to the side because that showed that they really wanted me. They could have given it to somebody else. How they could have said, Volpe, you can grab number 18 if you want.
That's right.
But they kept it for me, and that meant something. I'm trying to see if there's a hot stove. I don't think there's a hot stove. I don't see anything.
I think they said on Thursday. Hot stove is Thursday at 9 p.m.
Thursday, that's December 21st. Yep. You guys got it. Yep. Thursday, 9 p.m. Hey, listen, we'll be live. So we'll be here. We'll be live.
We got some news right here. Dylan Lawson has accepted a job with the Boston Red Sox. As he's been working at the upper levels. I'm pretty upset because I was hoping to be at the major leagues. But Dylan Lawson has moved on to the Boston Red Sox. That is from Brendan Cuddy.
Pete, I'll be very honest with you. The Dylan Lawson professional, professional 200 was probably one of your best rants last year.
I mean, it's one of the worst quotes of all time I've ever heard anybody say. You can't have a job in the major leagues and say that. Whether you believe it or not. That's just something. I've said that a lot about the Yankees over the years. Whether you believe that or not, you can't say that. But they just come out and say it like it's normal. David with the super chat says, I could see a Cole and Yamamoto competition for ace. And look, bro, a lot of people, why do people, and David, I'm not saying you, but you'll hear that a lot, right? What friendly competition on your team is good.
Bro, it's like great. People are like judging Soto are gonna both, go, match each other for homers, and it's like
good.
Well, you're on the same team. And no disrespect to, was David the name? Yeah, no disrespect to you, David. Bro, if they both have like a 2.60 ERA, you're not gonna hear any Yankee fan complaining. It'll be like, it'll be fun. Like, it'll be fun, talking about who deserves the Cy Young on your own team. Like, that's something fun. That's something that you want. Something that you dream of as a Yankee fan. Having another guy that was supposed to be Rodon, unfortunately, it's not looking too great right now, but let's give him another year. But, going back to Yamamoto, man, and Cole, if that's the case and they're both dealing, then you feel, back-to-back on those days that you're going to win. There's confidence when you go into the ballpark. Oh, Yamamoto's on the mound. We're going to win. Oh, Cole's on the mound. How we felt last year. He's going to shove it. Can the Yankees score 1 or 2 runs for the guy? That's how we felt every day.
And I'll be real, too. I don't expect that Yamamoto is going to get more money than Cole. I know that's like this new thing now. Oh, my God, you can't give him more. For him to get the $340 that Cole got, you're talking about a payout of almost $400 million for him to come close to that. And I'll just say it again. I don't see that happening. I don't see a team going, we'll pay out $410 million and pay you $360 or $400 flat and pay you $350 over 10 years or so. Is it possible? Yeah. I mean, with this offseason and the way, people are throwing money around, I guess it is possible. But I don't necessarily see that happening. I still don't. I think people might be shocked if he signs with the Yankees and it's like a 280 deal for 9 years. I don't think that'll be shocking if that is the case. I got a feeling that people are going to see the final number and go, damn, I expected him to get 360 or 350. Yeah. And he doesn't.
And it's no disrespect to the guy, right?
Not at all.
Obviously, Cole got the money, was it 4 years ago now?
Mm-hmm.
And it's different money then. People saw 324.
That's right.
Oh my God, that's an insane deal. That's an overpay for the guy. I still think he gets under. I don't think Cole cares either. Like I know there was a case of, yeah, and like it was like with Judge and Soto, like that weird, like you're giving Juan Soto $550. That's what you're gonna offer him for an extension. And when he signs that, you know how much more money he's making over Aaron Judge? Like, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Judge has, we just gotta win one first. But if Judge has 2 or 3 rings with Soto, man, he's gonna be laughing, bro. He made his money already. Judge will be fine, guys. I promise you. He doesn't care about that kind of stuff.
No, I mean, look, man, everybody wants that. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants to be able to. Look, if you're Aaron Judge again, you signed your deal at 29, whatever it was. You expect to get more money than a 25-year-old. That's one of the best players in the game. And that's not taking anything away from. It's a different time in his career. He started way younger. Look, Judge is going to be happy that this guy is here to try to win. And it's really that simple. It's all about winning. He cannot have the same legacy as Dom Mattingly. And not that he's known for it, but it's part of the Yankee lore. Hey, have you won here? And to be able to be like, yeah, I was the captain after Derek Jeter, and what happened? I never won a ring. I mean, it makes it's just sound bad. It's ugly to even say. It's like, bro, I don't want to be able to experience that.
Unfortunately, if that is the case, I believe he's going to be looked at in a different light. And I don't even want to think about it like that, because last year we were having serious conversations that this team was, with everything that was going on with Hicks, JD, losing all these games, the 82 and 80 season. You're looking at last season and you're like, we might be 2 or 3 years away from even being close to sniffing a World Series.
That's right.
And I mean, I was one of them. I didn't think, kind of after that Marlins series, I'm sure you remember that, Pete, that pathetic loss to them. And I'm thinking, you see the Donnie baseball comparisons to Aaron Judge, and I'm like, dude, this guy might not even get to a World Series until later in his career. And we don't know what he's going to look like. Yeah. So that was super scary to think about. But, the Yankees went out and they got Soto, and hopefully they're going to go out and get Yamamoto as well. But no, I mean, it's a big difference, man. It's a big difference. So.
It's a good take there by Brett Anderson. He goes, problem with legacy, do the Yankees really carry that much mystique to the new stadium? It's just different. It just doesn't have the history. And I don't know that younger generations truly understand the history of
Let me get that first piece. Let me get that. Ahead. So when it comes to that, I'll be honest. I probably grew up, in a little bit of a different, the teams that I would watch, like the team that I remember is 2017. And I know a lot of people are like, they weren't winners, but I mean, that's the team where I was really, truly invested in the New York Yankees. 2004, I don't really remember. 2001, I don't remember too much. I was just born. So I don't really remember those teams. But you think about 2017, you could say, all is losers. And that could be a very fair take. 2009, yeah, I remember a little bit of it. But it's more because I watched the highlights so many times because I haven't seen a World Series team. But the one thing that made me still believe that the pinstripes mean something is the stuff with Yamamoto. With the number 18, that he still feels like it means something. Hopefully, he'll talk more about it in the press conference. And Pete talking about how 25 million people in Japan are going to be going crazy when he's wearing Yankee pinstripes. I truly believe it still means something to at least some players. Maybe not, the rest of the MLB, like the younger players, but it still means stuff to maybe the parents of the players that they remember when the Yankees were winning. So
yeah, I think the history is never going to go away. What Hal Steinbrenner has a chance of doing right now, he lands Yamamoto. All I can simply say right there is that he hasn't won nothing yet, and I understand that. But the battle that was in front of him, he would have conquered. And that, to me, is one of the most important things that he could have done. There's a lot of the comparisons of George. And again, I tell people this all the time because people like to bring it up. George wasn't perfect. Nobody ever said George Steinbrenner was perfect. What I always say about George Steinbrenner is, I say this and I just repeat it and I repeat it and I repeat it and I repeat it again. You can't ever question his love for the team. You could never question how much he wanted to put a winner on the field. You could never question that he put the team's money back into the club. You can't ever question that. And one thing I think you're noticing from Hal Steinbrenner is that he wanted to be very, very different than his father. He wanted to build a team of prospects and see what happened. But the thing is, I think now he's recognizing when you're the New York Yankees and you take on the legacy after George Steinbrenner, you talk about a shadow. One, you have to win, but two, I'm sorry. He's already set it in stone of who you're supposed to be. If you don't like it, you shouldn't be running the club. If you want to pocket more of that money for your family and not reinvest it into the club, you're doing it wrong. I think what he recognized when he got so booed at the Derek Jeter day.
You think that was really a big difference, Pete?
Yes, I do. And look, I don't want to pat myself on the back or pat any content creators that back, pat any of us on the back. But at the end of the day, when you got I said this a lot. There was a time when I'd be like, bro, I don't know how the rest of the fan base doesn't see this. And I'm here screaming about this. And these people, everybody disagrees. They love this guy, love that guy. And finally, I remember saying, everybody's on the same page. Everybody is pissed. Everybody is recognizing this does not look like the Yankees no more. We all notice it. We all see it. And I do believe a lot of that got back to him and he's seeing it himself or maybe hearing it and goes, you know what? This isn't right.
Yep.
For us to be an 82-80 team and I'm spending almost $300 million, we're wrong. And Mario, you remember we had the once the season ended, we had the team thing. And what did I say? I said, if I was Hal Steinbrenner, I'd call Boone in the room and Cashman. And I'd say, I am going to go batshit crazy this offseason. But if that trophy's not on my table, you guys are both gone. I'm going to get Soto. I'll sign Yamamoto. I'll go out there and trade players. I'm taking this over. And from what we hear, he's the one who said, trade the guys for Soto. Forget it. Trade them. He went to the meeting with Yamamoto. I'm pretty sure that he did the same thing he did with Carlos Rodon. Before you get offers, you let me know. If we're not giving offers yet, I would ask you, if you like what you're hearing, if you want to be a Yankee, what is it going to take? So before you get your final offers in, you give me a call. And I think, again, that is what's going to happen.
The perception of how, especially during the season, a lot of Yankee fans, rightfully so, were upset with him, Pete. The word was that, Hal Steinbrenner doesn't care. The guy was getting booed. He's saying why, the fans are, why are they upset? This, that, and the third. And yeah, when we talked at Nights at the Round Table, you basically said that I'm going to do whatever Boone, Cash, everybody get in here, right?
Yep.
I'm going to do what you guys want. I'm going to open my wallet. Obviously, the fans are upset. Rightfully so, as they should be. Yankee Stadium should never be empty in September the way it was the last series of the year.
It was terrible. We were there.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there. It wasn't, nobody was there, man. It was emptied.
It was empty. And you got, a team that everybody was saying that it's going to be a playoff team. And now we're just trying to see if we're going to finish over 500. Like, how does that happen? Because one guy goes down. That was a serious issue. And Hal saw that. And I'm sure, maybe the ticket sales people are saying in the chat, that could possibly be the case. The ticket sales, fans not renewing that. But the fact that he went out and got Soto, and we got to wait on the Yamamoto stuff.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll know in the next couple of days. But he went out and he got Soto and Yamamoto. We're going to say that. And he made a couple trades, gets Verdugo, going to get hopefully another bullpen arm. He opened his wallet. Like we all were asking Hal.
Yep,
people were like, yo, Hal doesn't care. You guys got to stop. People were like, I saw the chat too when we were, during game season live. They're like, yo, Pete, stop giving your energy to the Yankees. Hal Steinbrenner doesn't care. Guys, stop showing up to games. Stop watching. Well, let's give him his flowers, right? The
No
guy
doubt.
went out and he got those guys. He opened up his wallet. Like I said, the Yamamoto stuff, nothing official yet, but we believe that he's going to be a New York Yankee. Listen, if there's not a World Series trophy on his desk, then we know who the problem is, flat out.
No
We're
question.
getting you all the players.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna make this as obvious, and I think I might have said this again too. Everybody knows how tough I've been on Aaron Boone. People also get confused. They think I hate him. No, I like Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone is a good guy overall. You can tell. One thing I don't believe is that Aaron Boone does not know baseball. But here's the thing that bothers me the most about Aaron Boone. I feel like he does not fully comprehend that he's a manager of the New York Yankees. You can let these guys have fun. You can do all that. But at the end of the day, Aaron, guess who's going to lose his job? You. These other guys are under contract for years and years to come. They're going to make a shit ton of money. Somebody's going to take them. You have a chance of being back in the ESPN booth. And when people ask you, it seems like you don't care too much. Like, all right, whatever, I'm not worried about that, guys, whatever. My thing for Aaron Boone is if they land Yamamoto, they keep going out there, adding more, and us as fans are sitting back going, bro, start opening day already.
We're ready right now, honestly. Like
I'm ready right now, too.
Here.
But all Aaron Boone has to do is hold these players accountable and let them play ball. He got to do what Joe Torre was able to do back in 98. These guys, everybody in the clubhouse wants to win. I don't have to motivate them to be winners. They're already that. I just got to coach them and manage them. If you screw up, you're sitting down. This shouldn't be hard anymore with Judge, Soto, Stanton, all these guys. Look, man, if you're not giving 150 every day, you're not playing. And it shouldn't be hard for Aaron Boone to enforce this. We heard across the board all early offseason, an enforcer. The Yankees want him to be more tough. They want this, they want that from him. This should not be difficult. And if he can't do that and he fails with this club, I'm sorry, there is no conversation. And if this team got off to a slow start, I'll go as far as saying make the change in season. You never do it, but make the change in season. Because Hal Steinbrenner spent a lot of money on this club. And if this club is not winning after a month of baseball, a month and a half, I don't care if people go, that's early. No, you make the change. You don't wait. It's that simple.
With him, I think that some people don't understand that the Yankees can have fun and they could also respect their manager. You see a ton of clubs throughout baseball doing it. You see the Atlanta Braves. Man, just because players, spike the bat or bat foot doesn't mean they don't have respect for the game. But you can do both. And you're going to tell by having so many new faces in the clubhouse what players truly think about Blue. Obviously, you can't fire all the players. That's impossible. Right. You can't do that. Right. You can't get rid of everybody. But the Yankees did a lot this offseason so far. Obviously, the Yamamoto still have stuff to do with the bullpen. Yep. Hopefully, we'll get into that. But, I mean, you can have fun and respect the manager. And yeah, the slow start, I don't even want to think about that.
Me either.
But
not at all.
If it gets to that point where it's a slow start, I mean, I don't care how cold it is, man. I know they have a tough stretch in April and the beginning of March when the season starts, but you got to go out. You spent all this money, your Hal Steinbrenner, man. This team better start off, They got to be fired up. I mean, I know Judges, man. He got his guy in Soto that's going to be hitting, in front of him and behind him, whatever they decide. And they got to be fired. They got to be excited. But if you could tell that if it's like game, I don't know, 40 and we're like 500 or a bit under, man. And it's like, I can't even imagine what this fan base is going to do. I don't know. What else could you do besides firing a manager? Obviously,
you have to. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. At that point, you don't have a choice. At that point, when you don't do that, you're only affecting your club. You're only telling them that we're truly not here to win. And you could say all you want. There's more. Again, there's like Yamamoto making his decision. There's more things than money. So a lot of times you sit back there and you can sit there saying the same thing when you're running a team or you have an organization. Sometimes there's more things than money in that regard that you have to look at. And This team can't get off to a slow start. They just can't do it after last year. They got to be a strong team across the board. One thing Boone can't do, don't give games away in April. Stop that nonsense of, okay, we're up by 2. You know what? I don't need to use one of our better guys today. Let's go to Albert Abreu here. Yeah. And then you blow the game, and then your answer is, it's only April. And then you end up 82-80 and go, damn, if we won 10 of those games that we could have won, we were a 92-win team. We might have got in.
I don't care how much talent you got. You got to keep your foot on the gas, man. You cannot be giving baseball games away. You cannot be giving baseball games away, man. That's the biggest thing.
I was just saying, that's why I get confused about like them not knowing their history, and they do shit like playing the 04 tape to get motivation. I'm like, you're the Yankees, bro. You know how much motivation tapes you got? Put the 1998 DVD on and play when they fought the Orioles. Play that clip and be like, we got to be fighters tonight. Watch this. That's what fighting is.
Obviously, I wasn't alive. That was the Benitez.
Armando Benitez, Tina Martinez, Graham Lloyd, Scott Brocious got a tackle in. Darryl Strawberry clocked him in the dugout. I mean, it was wild. But like I'm saying, right? Put pedal to the metal. It never comes off. It's a marathon, but you got to keep going. Get your drinks of water in between. Get your quick breaks when you need it, and go.
No, going back to that, actually, and I believe it was Rod Thompson that called in about, Boone in the bullpen. I get it. Sometimes, he burns out the bullpen. If you got to go back-to-back days with a guy, man, you can't say, oh, it's April, I can't do that. Back-to-back days is not going to kill this guy. You can't burn. Obviously, you don't want to burn the bullpen so early in the season.
Yeah.
But you know how it is with the Yankees anyways. They're going to end up giving Clay Holmes a 10-day IL stint anyways. They're going to end up giving a guy like Jonathan Loáisiga. We know it's bound to happen with the team all the time. So let them use their bullets, man. They got to go an extra day, maybe get an extra out. This guy threw 13 pitches yesterday. If he has to go again today, bro, he's your closer. You go to him again, bro. Go to him again.
That bullpen budget, just do what A-Rod said that one time. Ball it up and throw it in the garbage. Ball it up and just 100%. Throw it in the garbage. Got a couple of super chats here. David again says, never had a problem with Hal. He got Judge and Cole mostly and Soto now, and he's paid for the free agents. Cash has made the bad trades and rentals. You're not wrong there. Pope Steph says, don't understand this whole King Cohen can outbid Hal BS. Yanks can pay whatever they have to for whoever they want. Nothing has changed. I don't disagree. Again, I don't disagree with that, and I talked about this with the whole Cohen stuff. At the end of the day, we had a Mets fan in here earlier, and, I like Eric. Eric's a good guy. He always does super chats and stuff and is always part of the conversation, so we appreciate him. But this idea that if it's going to come down to money for Yamamoto, says Mets fan, so Cohen can't be defeated here. That might be the case in certain situations. But I believe that for Yamamoto, it is a little different. It's a different situation.
Different, yeah.
So I don't know where the whole King Cohen stuff is and all that. Look, you haven't won anything. That's not a knock on the Mets. You haven't won. So, and your team is basically saying next year they're not, really thinking about being a World Series caliber team. They're thinking more of that in 2025. So, look, that's probably something. You don't think they had to sell Yamamoto on that plan?
Yeah.
You don't think Yamamoto's saying, you guys do know that the Oryx Buffaloes went to back-to-back championships, Japan Series. Won one and we lost one. You guys do know that I'm already used to being in the big game. I'm already used to pitching in the biggest moments and where I'm pitching in, where I come from. You guys are saying that you're likely not going to fully compete. You never know what could happen in 2024. So what's the plan going forward? The New York Yankees, on the other hand, can say, look, we didn't make the playoffs, right? We were 82-80. It was a horrible year. We added Soto. We got Judge. We got Cole. Look at that loss, that lineup up and down. You see how much money we invested. We're going to invest even more than that. But you and Cole at the top of any rotation, it could be a lock for the postseason. Listen, we're going to get back there.
When it comes to Cohen, I don't want to get too much into the Mets, but they haven't even signed their guy, Pete Alonso, yet. They haven't even went there and signed Pete Alonso.
Yep.
Going back to, selling the plan to Yamamoto, I feel like he wants to win now.
100%.
He wants to win now.
No question about it. He wants to win now.
And obviously,
no doubt about
it. With a Japanese superstar on the same team, does that matter to him? maybe a little bit, but
I don't think so.
He don't want to be second fiddle to Ohtani. I can tell you that. I don't think he
Yeah.
wants to. And I haven't heard much Dodger noise since what, Friday, I want to say.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of just going day by day with the Yamamoto news. I'm going off the most recent news that I heard. He met the Mets and the Yankees. There hasn't been no offers yet, right? I mean, so we'll see. We'll see when it comes to that. But
Yep.
I mean, with Steve Cohen, man, he's got to go out and extend, extend Pete Alonso and, kind of get his guys. And listen, if we don't, extend Soto, he might be the guy that gives him $600 million, and then he shuts us all up. He's like,
No question.
Yankee fans, you guys made a mistake with letting this guy go. So I'm going to pay him $600 million. He's going to be playing in Queens, and you're going to see him on the back of the newspaper every single day for the next 15 years. And that'll give it to us Yankee fans. But I mean, that's why the Yankees also got to get it done and extend the guy like so. But
no doubt, and that would be, that would be a big hit on the Yankees for them to miss something like that, and something that Steve Cohen probably has been looking for a while to get an advantage over the Yankees like that. JC says, could they get Matt Carpenter back? He was just released by the Braves.
no,
Maybe it wouldn't be my go-to. Yeah, I mean he's
not a real fit for this team. I'll just go out and say he's not a real fit for this team.
Yeah,
you kind of need
if he played third base and played it well, I'd be like, maybe you could consider that at cheap. But what is he playing now? A little bit of first base and DHing mainly. You don't want him in the outfield.
Yep, you need to incorporate. Let's just be real, more DH days for Judge, especially coming off last season, and he's playing more center field. So the Yankees definitely want to get off his feet. Stanton's not going to play every game this season. Let's be real.
That's right.
He'll probably play 6 games in a week, maybe 5, probably 4, especially in April. It gets cold in New York. So just the way the Yankees operate. And you're going to give Soto DH days. You know how it is. Probably give, Rizzo 2 in there and Glaber. So you don't really got to roll for him on this team. And I know the magic was special and 2022 with Carpenter, but he's just old. And I like what my guy Johnny Lasagna said. We just got to get young, man. But the magic was cool in 2022. It was definitely cool.
No doubt about it. Professionally certified hater says, as a non-delusional Mets fan, money isn't everything, and the Yankees have the historical advantage. I will say, the longer this drags out, the better for us. He's saying for the Mets. Yeah, I think I agree with that, right? Because the longer it drags out, you're probably maybe looking at a bidding war. You're probably maybe looking at a case where, money might mean a little something, might mean a little more. Or maybe the gap is so divided that there's a potential there that he's like, hey, man, this team really wants me that bad.
Yep.
Kind of like that. I kind of like, having his team after me like this, and maybe that's the right choice to make. You never know. I agree with you in that regard. Like if this goes past Friday and he's not a Yankee, I'll be honest, I'll be a little concerned.
Yeah,
I might become a little concerned.
Friday is my last day. I think that he just decides. I think he's definitely decided by Friday. Again, that's just off my gut feeling. We don't really know anything. It's kind of just been informing you guys as we've been getting reports. There's nothing really set in stone yet, but met with the Mets again, met with the Yankees again. So I guess if you're a Yankee or Met fan, that's encouraging that he met with you guys last, but he'll definitely go to each team, whatever teams he liked and see what he could get. But I think money will definitely play, but also, where he truly wants to be as well.
So let me throw this on the screen real quick, because this is what Jack Curry has as his projected lineup. I think this would be an interesting thing to actually take a look at. Let me throw it on here. Jack Curry's projected lineup. He got DJ LeMahieu leading off. I know a lot of people do not like that idea. Followed by Soto, Judge, Rizzo, Torres, Stanton, Verdugo, Trevino Wells, and then Anthony Volpe. Before we get further, I think Michael K had one too. Let me skip through and see if we can find that. Matter of fact, no, let's stay where we were.
I was gonna say, just so I can remember.
Yeah, let's see what the hell's happening here. All right, let me go back to this screen and close this out and actually see what it was. Here we go.
Okay, actually I got it right here. The lineup.
All right, what was his?
So this is Jack Curry's projected. DJ LeMahieu, Soto, Judge, Rizzo, Torres, Stanton, Verdugo, one of the catchers, Trevino Wells, and Volpe hitting 9. Just off the bat, I don't know if you want to go into this. Oh, you got it up? All right, perfect.
Yeah, that's it.
I want to be looking at the, at you guys. But I just DJ LeMahieu, I do not see him as the Yankees leadoff hitter.
Yeah, it's tough for me, man.
Yeah, I don't. Just the way he kind of started last year. I know that towards the end of the year he was a little bit better, but I don't know. Verdugo would be more of my leadoff guy. Obviously, Jack is knows more. He's more connected with the organization than me, so maybe he knows something that we don't.
Yeah, he's trying to play off the balances too.
Yeah,
which I understand completely. But I'm with
Soto,
you.
So Soto likes to hit third, by the way, too. I spoke to a Padres fan about that. Multiple Padres fans. We were like Soto or Judge, and they kind of replied to me like, this was before the Soto was Yankees. Like, one, you're not getting Soto, and two, Soto likes hitting third. He was kind of like, I don't want to say he was a diva about it, but he kind of made that like clear with the Padres front office that he likes hitting third. I don't know how much of a say he's going to have with the Yankees.
Yeah.
They want to, tick him off too much, but if it's true he likes hitting third, believe it, better believe that Juan Soto is going to be hitting third for the New York Yankees.
Yeah, and it's not bad. Like, look, don't get me wrong. In my opinion, I would love the idea of Aaron Judge protecting him. The main reason being, I mean, look, he's going to get on base for Judge. And I do believe if that's something that maybe you sit down with him and go, hey, let me explain this to you, why we feel this way. One, you're batting you second and Judge third. You're going to get a lot of pitches to hit. You're going to get a lot of pitches to hit. And if you're walking, you got one of the best hitters in baseball coming up with you. We feel that'll be the most damage for you. Knowing the New York Yankees, right? They probably end up going Judge second and Soto third. Yep. If that is the case, there's no way in hell you don't go Verdugo, Judge, Soto.
100%. And
you got to.
Somebody saying Knicks Nation, switch Stanton and Glaber. I don't even think it's because of the caliber of player. I just think it's that the Yankees kind of, I know Stan has never won anything here, but I just think that they see him as like a five hitter for them. I don't think they're going to pencil Stan at 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw people projected lineups that he's going to be hitting 7. I was like, I don't think there's any way in hell that the Yankees would do that to Stanton.
And the thing is too with Stanton, you got to remember, and I know a lot of people don't like to believe this and understand this, is he's getting a lot of money with the Yankees. They want to get the most value out of him as they can. I think they're going to give him every chance to bat higher in the order to begin the season. Then they might make that adjustment later. But I think Michael K might have had one. So let's see if I can find. Here's Michael K's right here. So let's throw this on the screen.
Eddie Snap said, Mario. Soto said on his introduction press conference, he'll bat anywhere the Yankees want him. But then I saw somebody set it up here. I believe it was Pope. Soto was pretty upset over batting second and became a pretty big issue. I think I remember that too. So I'm sure he's not going to be like, I want to hit third. But I'm sure he'll talk with Boone and they'll respect him that he wants to hit third.
Well, Mario, too, another thing is to remember, and I know this is where people go, they don't have that, the Yankees don't have that aura no more, but they're still the Yankees.
Yeah.
So I do think at the end of the day, sometimes you're gonna see where when you're in the same clubhouse with Aaron Judge, when you're in the same clubhouse with Stanton, with Rizzo, with these guys that kind of have been there and done that, not saying that Soto hasn't, but you might have a little more understanding to go, you know what, I'll bat second. But this lineup to me is an absolute train wreck.
You don't like that lineup at all?
I don't like this lineup at all, man. I don't like LeMahieu. Like I said, LeMahieu leading off of Judge's batting second, to me, is pointless. It's the same shit that Judge went through the last couple of years. He don't need that. Yeah. He don't need that. Aaron Judge, in this situation here, switch DJ LeMahieu, put Verdugo first, Judge, Soto. That is a lefty-righty, lefty balance. Look, at the end of the day, you want to stick with Stanton there? Okay, stick with Stanton there. Rizzo, Torres, I'm okay with that. LeMahieu, Wells, Volpe. To me, that changes it completely, and it's a much better lineup.
Man, I hate, beating a dead horse. I don't even want to get to DJ LeMahieu hitting leadoff. More with Stanton, Pete. Like, I think if it gets to the point where, Stanton's really struggling, how could you hit him fourth? Listen, and I don't want to get I don't want to get too much into spring training because obviously, somebody could really kill in the spring training and then it gets, it's freezing in New York and the guy's just uncomfortable. But how many pitches is Soto going to see if Stanton's hitting fourth? And I feel like we're beating a dead horse with Stanton, but the guy is making some serious money. You gotta,
and that's why this lineup is tough because again, You switch it up again, and Judge is protecting Soto, but then who is protecting Judge? But the thing about Soto is he'll draw his walk. So you're right. Whoever is in that fourth spot, if I'm looking at this lineup, and let's say that this is the New York Yankees lineup, and I'm playing on this club, I'm looking at that going, damn, I'm batting fourth. You know how many times Soto's going to be on base for me? I'm like, this is a golden opportunity. So according to the Yankees, if you are to believe what they're saying, is that Stanton is in the process of becoming much leaner. So he's looking to not do the weight stuff. He's not looking to put muscle. He's looking just to get leaner overall. I don't think it has anything to do with none of that.
We've heard a million
being flexible, and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, this guy's knees are absolutely shot up. And let me tell you something, folks. There's nothing that's curing that right now. He can do all the plyometrics and all the yoga he wants. That ain't going to go ahead and repair some damaged knees that have been beat up on turf for many, many years. That ain't going to repair that. So, yes, the Yankees do have a question in the middle of the lineup. Somebody's going to have to step up there.
We're going back to, I wanted to get into, Gleyber Torres. Somebody mentioned about
the super chat batting him leadoff.
Yeah, but I'll just go back to Stanton, man. You can't. Fourth, you can't. You just can't do it with him. Unfortunately, like, those knees are just so bad. And I don't care about the quotes. I don't mean to be that kind of guy with him, but I don't really care what the quotes are going to tell me, that he's getting leaner, that he's doing this. I got to see it in spring training. There's a lot of what ifs, especially with him and with Rizzo. I think Judge will be fine. I think we know we're going to get out of Gleyber, guys like that. But him and Rizzo, especially Rizzo, the way the season ended, he looked so good for such a long time. And Kevin and I, we spoke about this a lot last year. He was the leading vote getter for the All-Star game at first base. He was better than Vlad, better than a lot of these guys. He should have been the starter. If he didn't fall off. The Tatis injury was obviously a tough break for the Yankees, but notwithstanding, I just got to, see it, man. I got to see what it looks like in spring training. Is he going to get fat? I mean, speed doesn't really matter. How is he really going to look at the play? Is he going to maybe change up the stance a little bit? I mean, I don't really know, but I'm kind of with Verdugo leading off. My top three, this is what I would do: Verdugo, Judge, Soto. I think a lot of Yankee fans feel that way, but
Verdugo, Judge, Soto. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Look, here's another thing. I'll say, and I know people might not like this. If it's a right-hander pitching, I could do Verdugo, Soto, Judge, if he's okay with that.
Wouldn't mind that.
If it's a right-hander that's on the mound to start, come on, man. Okay, here's the way I think we got to see this. What has been the problem the last couple of years? The last couple of years is nobody's on base for Aaron Judge. If you do Verdugo, Soto, Judge, let me tell you something. It's going to be a lot of friggin' times that people are on base for Aaron Judge. A lot of times. Now, people can simply go, but bro, they can walk, they can pitch around them. You can't if men are always on base. So if you got two guys, one that got a 330 on base percentage, the other one that got a 400 on base percentage, the majority of the time, Aaron Judge is going to come up with men on base.
And another problem that's been,
I'm still cool with that.
Another problem that's been is just not having consistency at the leadoff spot.
Yeah.
That's been a big problem for the Yankees. So
let me see something real quick. And then I also want to play SNY because they have their show on now.
No
problem. I want to look at splits real quick. I haven't really paid much attention to splits when it comes to Soto. So I want to look that up. Oh my God, I love going on this and just seeing this. This is so beautiful.
Dude.
This is so freaking amazing.
But he hates the Yankees,
I know, he can't stand playing for the Yankees.
I so happy.
Now. It's unbelievable. He hates playing for the Yankees. Look at his splits here. Let's see. Where's lefty, righty? Okay. So versus lefties, again, 256 to 283, 377 to 424. He gets on base no matter who's pitching to him. Slugging goes down a little bit. There's nothing here that scares you. You know what I mean? It's not something so bad where you're like, oh my God, this guy's terrible against this player. And you look up Alex Verdugo, which I still can't believe they got Alex Verdugo.
I feel like Yankee fans aren't talking about him, and I know, fans didn't like him because, he was in Boston, things like that, but he can be, I feel like once he puts on the pinstripes and he's leading off, slapping the ball here and there, he's going to start ripping doubles with Soto and Judge, and you're like, man, this was a good deal. You look at it, and it was a rental. Guys, It's a rental. That's my biggest thing. And I know If you're still not crazy about him, I'm sure the Yankees give him a couple months. We've seen worse. No way he can be, worse than what we had last year with McKinney and Bowers and stuff like that. So if it doesn't work out, then they'll probably flip him at the deadline for something else.
Yep. And then, I mean, you look at his splits. His splits are a little more concerning, no question about it. 220 against lefties, 311 on base, a 298 slugging. So there's definitely a little more concern with him. But here's the great thing, right? That is also why you added Trent Grisham, because you could pinch hit in big moments. So let's say if you had a bat like DJ LeMahieu's on the bench that day, or Gio Urshela's on the bench that day. 9th inning comes around, a leadoff guy, a good lefty is in. 8th inning, a good lefty is in. And Grisham actually hits good against lefties too. But if you were to go and get that right-handed bat off the bench, Grisham immediately goes to the outfield, and then you got Soto right after that. So it's not something that you look at and go, the lefty's going to scare me because later in a game a lefty comes in. No, you pinch hit him.
100%.
That's what's having a good bench. That's what it does for you.
And let's be real with Grisham. And I know didn't have, a great year last year. More defensive first guy. As a fourth outfielder, we'll absolutely take that. I know a lot of Yankee fans, it was weird kind of seeing in the chat when we traded for Soto, and then they're like, dude, they're going to put Judge in center field and put Soto in right and Verdugo on left. Like, that defense is going to be terrible. I mean, you guys, it's like tough to have both. You can't have 4 all-stars there in the outfield. Or excuse me, 3 all-stars there in the outfield. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Grisham being, a glove first guy, he's probably going to hit lower in the order when he does. He's going to play probably 2 days a week in the beginning as a fourth outfielder because we know the Yankees with their off days. But
yep,
I think he could be, looking at it. I know Soto was obviously the big piece in the trade, but I think Grisham could definitely help us out, later in games. You know how it is with the defense.
He could be sneaky good too, man. I'm telling you, man. He could be sneaky good. He's a gamer. I don't know if you remember, but he robbed the homer off DJ LeMahieu when he was here.
Yeah.
In center field.
I think he killed it in the postseason, too. A lot of Padres fans really fell in love with him there when he was killing
it in the postseason. Man. I've heard good things from Padres fans when it comes to Grisham. And I mean, if again you look at his StatCast stuff, his whatever the hell they call it, Baseball Savant page, I mean, you're seeing a guy who is top 90, I think 93 percentile in range. Here's a guy who could cover a whole ton of ground out there. And if you see that ball that he caught off of DJ LeMahieu that he robbed, I don't know what the catch percentage of it was, but I guarantee it was extremely low. I mean, he showed his range there. I mean, this guy, it wasn't like a deep, high fly ball. It was a line drive to right center field.
It was a great route.
Ran it down.
A great route.
Great route.
Yep.
Very good speed. And again, the range is phenomenal. But I think the bat has a lot more left in it that people are kind of sleeping on. I think there is really a lot more there.
The Yankees could tap into it a little bit. Obviously, we don't need much out of him because, again, he is a fourth outfielder. He is going to be there. But they could just find a way, kind of cut down the strikeouts, because I was told by a ton of Padres fans, and I was looking at
Strikes
that too,
out way too much,
especially with guys on base. And if we haven't hit him low in the order, you need to do something. I don't know, man. They got to figure something out with them. But again, wouldn't be the end of the world.
I'm not a hitting coach, but I've watched a lot of baseball, and I said the same thing about Anthony Volpe. The one thing for me about Anthony Volpe is really simple. You want to take your big hacks, I'm okay with that. But you got to have a 2-strike approach.
That is the biggest thing with him.
That's it.
At some point, I know last year got, we were just kind of praying that he got over 200. Like, a lot of fans in the stadium were like, I mean, you kind of see him for a couple months. You see him for a couple months, and you're like, the approach is the same. And I don't know. I mean, Lawson, man, you as a hitting coach, you got to do something with the kid. I don't care if it's in season, man. The kid's hitting low in the order. You got to fix something with him. Tell him, work on, maybe during the All-Star break, something. 2-strike approach, work on it, man. That's something that I definitely think, I mean, he has to be looking at that with the strikeouts.
Yeah,
with the strikeouts, man, last year.
It's got to change.
Something, yeah, something.
The thing is, and that's kind of the same thing when it comes to Trent Grisham. I think James Rosen is actually perfect for this because he believes in individual approach. So if I'm talking, and again, I am not a hitting coach. I've never played professional baseball, but I've seen enough baseball to truly understand this stuff. If I'm going to Anthony Volpe, I'm saying, look, you obviously like your approach, and I don't think you have a terrible swing. I think your swing's going to produce power. Here's the thing we got to change. You fit more in the lines of a Derek Jeter than an Alex Rodriguez. And what I mean by that is Derek Jeter stole hundreds of hits with cheap infield singles. He would hit the ball just to get the ball in play. There'd be a slow ground ball down the line to get a base hit. My dad used to laugh all the time about it. Like, oh, this guy is all he ever gets, those cheap singles. But that's part of the game. If Anthony Volpe with his speed said, all right, with 2 strikes, I'm going to shorten up and I'm going to work on a different approach where maybe I'm thinking right field more. I'm not dropping the hand so much and I'm looking to put the ball in play. If you do that, you're going to steal some hits. You're also going to make the infield work harder if there's a situation where somebody got to make a tough play. With your speed, you can change the game, but you can't change the game by striking out.
Average could go up 15, 20 points last year. They had 2-strike approach.
With just a 2-strike approach, that is it. And that's the same thing with a Trent Grisham. I'd be like, my guy, look, you're a lefty batter. You're close to the first base. The best thing you can do with 2 strikes is just shorten up. Yeah, that right field porch is amazing. You got two chances to go there. We want you looking to go there, matter of fact. But with 2 strikes, put that ball in play.
We don't need you to crank out 35 home runs.
Not at all.
We got the guy at the top of the order. Shout out my guy, Jack Wagner, saying Volpe can't be hitting 220. 20 homers is nowhere near to be hitting like that. Facts. If he's in 200, man, with 20 homers, I hope Hirsch. I see Hirsch saying he could be a 270 hitter.
He has the talent.
Just get it up to like this year, man. 245 would be great from the 9 hole.
I'll say this right now.
Get that OPS up too, because that OPS was like, I think it was like 680.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
everything. The on base percentage was what, 286, 284, something along those lines. Here's the thing for me, man. Anthony Volpe comes in next year and he hits under 220 again. You got to seriously consider who's the next shortstop of this club. And I know people are gonna say,
"That's a quick pivot."
Man.
That's a quick pivot, but you can't. You can't really, man. You don't have time to like kind of.
Not with what's coming up.
Play around, yeah.
Not
you
with
don't
what's
have
coming
time
up.
To play around with the primes of Judge, Cole, and you keep Soto long term. You don't really have time to play around with that, man. You want a guy low in the order.
Improvement. He got to show that big improvement this year, and like you said, a lot of that has to do with cutting the Ks down, putting the ball in play, and being fast. But let's see. I don't know what SNY talked about, but let's have a listen.
Andy, I have been feverishly refreshing my Twitter, your Twitter page, as a matter of fact, for 2 straight days here, waiting to see when and where Yamamoto is going to sign. I'll just ask you now that we're in person.
Right.
What's the latest?
Well, Sal, the latest is this is day 1 of a really significant week for New York baseball, and particularly the dynamic between the Yankees and the Mets. Now, the Dodgers are heavily involved in this. Other teams are heavily involved, but this is the first free agent showdown between the 2 teams of the Hal Steinbrenner, Steve Cohen era. And really, when you talk to our friends like Jim Duquette and Omar Minaya, who've been on the scene longer than we have, the Mets and the Yankees have never really gone toe-to-toe for a big player like this. Carlos Beltran a little, but the Yankees didn't really even want him at that time. So this is uncharted territory. And what we're getting into this week is the home stretch, where teams made preliminary offers like weeks and weeks and weeks ago, kind of just to put their stake in the ground and say, we're serious. Those numbers don't matter anymore. And what's going to happen this week is that real negotiating and offers and back and forth is going to begin. And that shouldn't take too long. Once the visits, I think, are just about done, if not completely done, and it's time now for Yamamoto's representatives to talk dollars with the teams. That gets us to a resolution, the teams hope, by the end of the week.
Man, are you guys not entertained? Because I am hugely entertained by this. Because it's just been such a long time where we've had the Yankees and the Mets in a situation like this, where they both have the financial capital and the desire to go after such a big signing. So people were talking about $300 million. I wouldn't be surprised by that in the slightest. I also like, kind of the narrative that we're hearing that Steve Cohen not only went to Japan, but then after that, he had him over to his house. And immediately after that, the Yankees are like, hey, guess what? Let's have another meeting with Yamamoto.
That's not true.
So you can really tell how fierce this competition is.
That's not true at all. Michael K even clarified that today. I don't know why they keep pushing this narrative that this was some meeting that just appeared from the blue. That's so ridiculous, man. And it's just so comical that they really think people are this stupid. The fact of the matter is that the Yankees must have got spooked that he went to Steve Cohen's house, that the Yankees all of a sudden said, oh my God, we got to have a meeting, when it's already been confirmed that he's the one who wanted the meetings with both teams.
It's just for headlines. Pete, it's just for headlines. They want to make it Mets versus Yankees. They want to say, oh, look, Uncle Stevie, he's going out there and, he's doing more than Hal's time runner. But you guys still think that Hal's the better owner in the city. We told you Steve Cohen was coming. Like, dude, it's all for clicks because they know either fan base is going to get real riled up about it. They know how badly, the Yankees want Yamamoto because they traded away King and Thorpe and Vasquez and Brito, guys like that. So, they do it for clicks, but I don't think people
ridiculous.
I don't think people are believing any of that stuff. And like people are saying in the chat, Sal is just salty.
Sal Licata got something wrong with him, I'd say that. But look at this. This is interesting. This is from our friend Joe Randazzo. He says, this is a great thing to look at when people are trying to compare why Yamamoto is so sought after. Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Yankees farm and Dane, they're going to know this very well, is a 70 grade prospect according to Baseball America. He has 60 grade control and 60 grade fastball, curveball, and splitter, and also a 55 grade slider that he hasn't shown a lot in Japan because there's so many lefty batters. So now you see why the Yankees and others are going to throw the bag at him. Signing Yamamoto is like adding a top prospect, the likes of a Fernando Tatis Jr. or Bryce Harper. All you need is money, no tanking necessary. People who are smarter than you are seem to think he has all the right tools, and I guess you didn't need me telling you that, says Joe Randazzo, but that is big right there. Does people in this chat even understand what a level grade 70 prospect is, and then a 60 grade fastball, curveball, and splitter, and a 55 grade slider? It means he got 4 pitches well above average for a starting pitcher.
He's got, everybody was posting the video today of his
curveball
with the curveball. I saw you in the morning. You were like, dude.
You could just watch it on repeat. No joke. Put your feet up and be like, yeah, this is why. And I was telling people, I'm like, this is for the people talking about. This is why you want this dude, man. This is why you want him.
Listen, I get like the fan that doesn't really want to do their research and like, Pete Mario, this guy, he's unproven. But if you look at his stuff and what everybody's talking about, there's no way everybody's wrong about this guy.
No,
I don't want to think about at worst, but I think he's going to be solid in the major leagues. And I think that's like worst case scenario. He can be, hopefully what we think he's going to be is Garrett Cole's 1B. We're talking about both of them, going after the Cy Young Award. But, obviously the struggles, listen, let's just be real. Let's not kid ourselves, especially with him early.
Mm-hmm.
The struggles might happen early in the season. They might.
Of course, very well can.
It also wouldn't surprise me if he came out and he was dominant. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Tanaka was the best pitcher in baseball before his tear. He was, and it wasn't, everybody here knows this. It really wasn't close. Masahiro Tanaka, when the elbow was intact, was throwing 96, 97 cheese on the corners. Splitter was even better. The slider wasn't a loopy slider like he got later in his career. It was a sharp, biting slider. You couldn't touch it. He was absolutely filthy. And this is what Carlos just said, which, whoa, this actually blows me away. Yankees farm, Carlos says, Pete, I've told Dane, go big on Yamamoto. Put it on the table. 12 years, $400 million.
Dios mío, Carlos. I don't know about 400. You're my guy. I don't know about 400. I don't think a team will go 400.
350 would be 400 overall. Now, if he's talking about 400 flat, that's a $450 million bill to pay him $400 million across the board. So with the tax, maybe 350. It's potential a team goes 350. There is. He goes 33 million AAV. That's not bad at all. I don't disagree with that. But I'll be honest with you, man. I think he ends up, I would not sit here and go, damn, he accepted 280 from the Yankees. That wouldn't shock me.
I think that would shock a lot of people, though.
It would, but it really wouldn't shock me. It really wouldn't. I know everybody's out there throwing these 360s out there and all that. Is there a chance he gets a deal 320 over 9 over 10? Yeah, I think that's possible. I would actually be a little more surprised if you see a 360 contract. Not posting, 360 is the money he is getting. That would shock me a little bit because that means his deal overall is going to be over $400 million.
How do you think the Yankees are feeling right now with I guess all the reports? You saw Bowden, I believe it was sometime on the weekend, saying, I've gotten reports from, my sources that this guy is getting multiple, contracts, from the Red Sox and the Dodgers over, 300 or the Giants. Somebody you mentioned like that. It was Boston and somebody else. How do you think the Yankees are feeling right now that nobody's really offered them? Are they kind of, confident that maybe they can get it done with 280, or are they still thinking, nah, the Dodgers really want him? The Mets are showing that they really want him. We're gonna have to give this guy 300 plus. But I think they kind of know going into it that they have to give up something, a lot.
Yeah, and even if you haven't started discussing, like they say, if we want to go based off of that, and they've kind of sit back and said, we're not really looking at deals yet, we want to wait on that, they have an idea. Joel Wolf and them, they have a number in mind that they're looking to reach. And here's the beautiful thing. He might have a number in his mind for the New York Yankees to play there. And that is what you got to hope for.
No, true with that. What I forgot what Vinny said. Yeah, but it's not really accurate. But you see these reports, and you see him as the Yankees, and you're like, damn, if he really is getting 300, how high do we have to go? But now I think as they see from Paston that he confirmed that there hasn't been any offer, I think that they feel like they're sitting pretty. And if the meeting did really go well with Yamamoto, and I love what you just said, Pete, about maybe he has a number where if the Yankees hit this, I'm not going to go back and forth with other teams. I want to be a Yankee. Let's get this deal done. If it's 320, with the plus, $50 million, I think he ends up doing it.
And the thing is, too, that you got to remember, right, is when it comes to, I actually agree with what Andy Martino said just on SNY, is that, yes, no, an actual contract hasn't been given, but they're guaranteed to have talked about what it could cost, what it could come to. Yeah. Because the last thing you want to do is have all these meetings and it seems like, you know what, but I ain't touching that amount. You want to know.
That'd be a tough look. That'd be a tough. I'm sure Wolf a little bit. It probably wasn't like an exact number.
Correct. It's a ballpark.
But I'm sure that, especially the second meeting, because obviously he went to the Dodgers after the Yankees. I'm pretty sure, correct? Yep. The Dodgers meeting was after the Yankees. And they came, what was it, yesterday? They came yesterday and they kind of spoke. They were like, all right, this is the ballpark. And I'm sure that you got to think, and hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday, there's going to be offers and, we get the tweet that a deal's imminent, something like that, you're close to deciding something along those lines.
That's my hope. Or something that just says, maybe earlier in the morning that all the offers are in. They're reviewing that, and there's expected to be a signing pretty soon. My thing, again, just when it comes to that is what we learned today from, is Mario says this all the time. When Jack Curry talks, we listen. That's kind of a thing on Twitter, right? When Jack Curry talks, Yankee fans have to listen. He knows this very, very well. He said the Yankees were extremely impressed. What do we know? We know the Yankees have wanted this kid for a long time. We know that the only team that has scouted every single one of his stars this past year. We know that Brian Cashman and co. flew out there. They saw a no-hitter. When the guy went, he went like this to them.
That picture shows, by the way. I need you to put that somewhere when he comes, like first start, something like that. I need that picture.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So look, man, we know all that stuff already. We know that we can confirm already that Yoshinobu Yamamoto is caring about legacy. He is caring about where he's going to play. He is a student of the game. They said the Yankees were so impressed with him as a person and his knowledge of history of baseball. If we know all that, I'm sorry. You can't sit there and say that the Yankees are not the favorite. You can't do it. I don't care what bias you may think I have. I'm actually one of those fans that I just tell you the truth, whether it's against the Yankees or not. I've always been that way.
I'm more of the optimistic. Kevin knows that. I'm sure you guys will realize that throughout the season. I'm more of the optimist. But
yeah, I'm sorry. Out of everything that is playing out, the confidence that the Yankees have had, that Jack Curry has had, makes me feel like the Yankees truly believe they're in a very, very good position to land this guy. And that's what the reports have been also.
Nah, Pete, totally agree. Think the Yankees are the favorite. I just think it's a matter of time. We just got to get some more reports here about, all the offers are in, something along those lines. Definitely think the Mets are going to push hard. Definitely think the Dodgers are going to push hard. But from what we know, and also what I want to believe is that he wants to be a Yankee. The Yankees, going out there to go see, his no-hitter and just the picture of him with a Yankee hat, you got to believe some of his heart. And I believe that Wolf knows that some of his heart is that he wants to be a New York Yankee. And if they give him that number that he's looking for, maybe it's the Mets do end up offering more. But if the Yankees offer in that ballpark, I think that they'll get the deal done. Now we're just here. We're just waiting. It's Yamamoto watch.
Yeah, Yamamoto watch has started here on Monday, guys. We're approaching a 4-hour mark, and we are going to have a cutoff at 9. So we got about 35 minutes here. You guys can go ahead and drop your voicemails. Like I said, here's the great thing about all this is while Yamamoto watch is in effect, my schedule is cleared. So in case anything happens, even later tonight after we sign off, if something breaks and I'm, signed off at 9, something breaks at 9:30, we're here. If something breaks at 10, I got you guys locked in. 11 o'clock, I got you guys locked in. By the way, too, shout out to everybody because the numbers on the NYYU channel has been just absolutely unfriggin' real, man.
Thank you guys, man.
This community is amazing. And if you guys don't know, we've had so many new subs that I feel the need to keep saying it to you guys. I called 140 plus Yankee games last year from start to finish. I called the playoffs, the WBC, but we got amazing podcasts too. Mario, you guys may have seen Kev already. They're doing the Bronx of Nothing this year, which is going to be, I think, one of the biggest shows, one of the biggest friggin' shows out this year. Again, Yankees Farm, Dane, you've seen them. They cover prospects for us, the Farm Report. I got a show on here called Designated Spitters, me and Francis. NYYST has been a well-known Yankee podcast for years. They're over here, and they're only getting better. This is the place to be for anything Yankee related. And on top of that, guys, we got events at Yankee Stadium. We're hitting up spring training this year for the first time. So it's wild what we have going on over here, and it's all to the support of you guys. But that's why I enjoy doing these so much, because I want to give you guys a place to be, while we're waiting for this big news, right? We should be doing this together. We're refreshing. I'm refreshing now, and we don't even have an idea of anything coming anytime soon. He may not decide to Friday. Today's only Monday. I don't care. We're going to be here. We're going to be here doing our thing. So my hope is Wednesday. I still stick by Wednesday. I'm not getting off of Wednesday. I feel like that's it, Mario, because maybe today was a day when you're getting numbers in. Maybe Tuesday's the day you negotiate and think about it and mull them over. And then Wednesday's the day you go, let's start it. Maybe there's a press conference Friday. Go home to Japan, celebrate Christmas, celebrate New Year's. It's very, very big in Japan. It's big party days. And then you get ready for spring training and come on back.
That's perfect.
It's perfect for me.
Man, I feel like it's just been dragging on. And us as fans, especially with, trading away King, we just been waiting, man. Yamamoto has been the thing here. And we're just waiting. Feels like it's been dragging for so long. And, man, we just deserve, hopefully an answer soon, man. Yeah. I know you're staying on Wednesday. I'm staying on Wednesday. I don't know what Kevin's thinking. What are you guys thinking in the chat?
What you guys thinking? Yeah, man. Yeah. Tell us in the comments again. I know a lot of you had done this already, but a lot of you said today on the 18th. That was the big one, right? And it didn't happen. So
we'll do another 13-hour, bro, for Yamamoto. We'll do another 13-hour, man.
100%.
Yeah, we'll do it.
I got no worry. Wardy NYM, Mets fan, says, much respect to you guys for being fellow content grinders with all things Yamamoto. May the best team win these sweepstakes. Brother, I'm right there with you.
Thank you, man.
No doubt about it. And at the end of the day, look, I think Yamamoto is going to decide on the team he wants to play for. So whoever that is, it is. My man said Festivus. Yes, Festivus. January 3rd, he will sign a day before. That's a bit scary.
That would be not great for the Yankees' chances.
Yeah, I would not be happy about that one bit. Craig Smith says, I would listen to Jack Curry's tea leaves. Jack Curry knows what he's talking about, man. Somebody just said, I think 10:30 tonight, says Nicholas. I'll be here. Chris Perez Jr. says, Wednesday, J-Rod Thursday. Today ain't over yet. No, it's not. No, that can't be true.
No, it's not. It's not.
Christopher, that's not true, right?
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
About Gardner? My goodness, Christopher. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Why you got to do this? Like, Gardy's going to come out and ruin his career by going to Toronto? Come on now. Don't do that to us, Gardy. Don't do that to us. And, guys, we're 3 subbies away from 22,160. My goodness, guys. We're trying. I know it's tough to get to 23,000 by year end. Our goal was 21. To beat that by 2,000 subs would be absolutely insane. Craig Smith says, Pete, listen to the song. What song was Curry talking about?
I'm not sure. Usually tweet out a song. Like, listen to the song before, I go on. So.
Yeah, because he did that with, what's his name? He was like waiting, right? Wasn't it like something like patiently waiting or something like that?
Yeah. He knows the deal happened. He's not even a troll, but he knows how to keep it interesting. He knows how to keep it interesting with us.
Facts. He's like, let me find a song that got some sort of meaning to it that could make people know what I'm really talking about. Yeah. And go from there. I want to see if Craig says it in there. What song it actually is. That's pretty interesting. Human League, the things dreams are made of. Okay. Human League, the things dreams are made of.
Curry has an interesting taste in music. Very interesting, to say the least.
Carl says, are you a little concerned about him flying back west? No. I'm not concerned about that at all. Maybe is he meeting with the Dodgers again today? But we have no clue what is.
Is he flying west? That was.
I don't know. I don't even know about that. I mean, I know last night, bro. By the way, when he put that Instagram out, I saw it. Like I was on at the right time. An update. I was like, oh shit, he posted something. I looked on. I was like, oh shit, what does this mean? How do you read Japanese on a friggin' picture? How do you do that? And then Jira showed me it. And I was like, oh, okay. He said Super Joel. And I'm like, okay, he's talking about Joel Wolf, his agent there. It could have been a picture that was maybe when they were coming to New York because it was daytime out and it was dark. It was night by the time he did it. So I don't know. But Darius Glover says he's staying in California. That's why he's going back. Makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. Do we have any more voicemails? Let me double check and see because we got about 28 minutes left.
Yoshi the Yankee says Hirsch. That sounds nice.
Yoshi the Yankee. Yosh, don't be. I mean, I was about to say Hirsch. I got a lot of nickname stuff already with Yoshi. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff coming out with Yoshi on it, so I got a lot of sound effects. If you guys go there. I don't want to go there when it comes to Yoshi.
Just sign on the dotted line, man. Let's get a press conference. Hey, maybe maybe get Soto there, man. I don't know why. I don't know, Pete, if you heard, if you listen to La Mega. Yeah, a lot of people on La Mega. So if you guys don't know, it's like, just a bunch of Dominicans on there. Kevin actually worked there for a little bit that, they were really upset about Soto's Zoom call. Like a lot of people see it as like a slap in the face in DR. I don't want to get people, too. Yeah, 97.9.
Yeah.
A lot of people were upset about it. I don't want to get, you guys too upset, but I wish the Yankees would, hopefully Yamamoto and Soto together.
I'll tell you right now, man. I know people are going, well, he's not signed long term. Let me tell you something. You get a player like that, you give him the right entrance. That to me is a very bad look. I said it before, I'll say it again. It is a very, very, very bad look in my opinion. Dude. So I'm not holding it against him right now. Because maybe they are waiting for Yamamoto. Like, you know what? We'll do the reveal all together. They may have told Soto, hey, look, we're looking to add this Japanese kid. If we get him, we want to do an introduction. Can you get, we'll get you down to New York and get that taken care of, both jerseys. I think it'll be a very bad look if the best the Yankees did for this guy was to give him a Zoom call.
Dude, just with like Zillow there, and it's like
it's a bad
you
look.
Zillow, and you just like see Soto with the hat, like just the hat on. It was like I don't know, man. Like the connection was kind of whack. The way some of the reporters were sounding. I'm not saying like the questions were bad at all, but it's just like, dude, like in person, wearing the pinstripes, it just hits different, man. Again,
wasn't he telling Soto like you're on mute? You're on mute.
Yeah, like dude, it was such a bad look. And again, hopefully, I'm praying that the Yankees have something nice they can do so we can just look back at, the Zoom call was just, they were just in a rush. They wanted to do a little something, make it official or whatever, get eyes on the Yes Network. But, man, I really hope they do something because a lot of Dominicans, especially on La Mega, were super upset about that. So
I don't blame them.
Come back to bite them. I hope it
I
does.
don't blame him. I was definitely a little surprised and I saw people online talking like, yeah, but he's not. I'm like, yeah, but you don't do that to this level of talent player.
You
For
could just
Dugo,
waited
you
a
don't have
week.
to do it for. But
Yeah.
not a guy like Soto. Soto is a history type player. You want that picture at Yankees. You want that for your legacy of your franchise. That's something you want. Michelino said, I think I saw Francis leave my grandma's house. It's possible.
Okay.
It's very friggin' possible.
I mean,
but
maybe
anyway,
he was excited. I agree. He was excited. Maybe he wanted to stay in Miami. The Yankees were out in Cali doing stuff with Yamamoto. But man, I'm just praying, man. Especially if you want the guy
that's what
long
I'm
term.
hoping. It could be that, right? It could be that they're saying, look, man, we think we're gonna get this kid. We want to do it big. Let's hold off. Let's just get you introduced because everybody's gonna expect it. But let's get you into the stadium for you guys we could get pictures with all of you there, the players that we've added. I'm hoping that is the case. But we got a couple of voicemails that I want to get to before we wrap up. We got about 25 minutes here. We'll get to those. I'll give you some responses and go from there. Here we go.
Hey, Pete, Yankee Mike here. How you doing? I wasn't going to call until after the Yankees made all their moves, but been listening to you guys regularly for the last couple of weeks here and listening to your show tonight with Dane. Hopefully they get this guy, but the price does go up to $350, $360 for Moto. I would pass on him, go for Cease and somebody else. And basically, these guys got to stay healthy, even if you get Moto and all these other guys, or else you're going to have the same problem. Might win some more games, but then comes postseason, if we even get there, if they don't have the clutch hitting, you're going to fall short. So hopefully we stay healthy, these guys produce, and we win. Okay? I'll keep it short. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and go Yankees!
Yankee Mike, I'm
Love
right there
that
with
energy.
you, brother.
Love that energy.
Love it. Gotta love it, man. Look, man, again, if the deal is for $350, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, man. Look, I tell you what, I don't get won over by a couple of tweets, but that Baseball America one, that shit got me. That Baseball America one got me. You know how hard it is to be graded that high? Dude. Carlos and Dane, you guys know this. It ain't easy to be graded that high.
They're tough. They're tough graders.
Yeah, this kid is elite. You want Yamamoto on this club. You want him on this club. But let's go ahead.
Need him, man. Listen, I wasn't thinking 350 was going to be the cost, and I still don't think. I'm still going to say in the 315, 320 range. I think maybe a team will offer him 330. But and if it takes 350, I think you just have to do it, man. I just think you just have to do it again. It's not my money, guys. The chicken buckets will be, maybe $1 or $2 extra, but hey,
cool, man.
It's a better team.
Let me tell you something. I don't care what anybody says. I'll defend those chicken buckets with my life. Let me tell you something, man. Anybody want to talk mess on that chicken bucket? Let me tell you something. You shouldn't be eating one of those chicken buckets yourself. I'm not saying you can't, but that's a very shareable item.
Oh, very shareable.
Me and Jira share one. So it ain't that. Every time I go, she knows. All right, well, we go here. If we're not in the Audi Club and we're eating that delicious food that's there, the veal chops and all that. If we are eating stadium food, we're getting a chicken bucket, and that's what we're eating because we can share it. There's a shit ton of fries in it. The chicken bucket is goated. I'm sorry. I don't care. I could go there and he's like, bro, look, I raised it $4. I'm like, I'm buying. I raised it $5. I'm buying. I raised it $6. I'll buy it.
Soto.
I'm buying, man.
Yamamoto. You guys want a Yamamoto. You can't have everything, man.
Can you imagine chicken chunks with tostones?
Ay, Dios mío. You get me hungry, bro. We still got 20 minutes, bro. We still got 20 minutes.
Right,
let's get back to the voicemails.
Let's get back to the next voicemail because that just, I'm drooling over here now.
Hey, Pete, question for you and Mario. Would you go after Tim Anderson even though he's a free agent, just in case if they end up trading Torres or Peraza for Cease? Tell me what you thought and let me know. NYYU, baby.
Appreciate you, brother. I'd pass on him, on Tim Anderson. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he would get a lot of money, and he's a guy that I still think has a lot of talent left in him, but that's not the route that I'm looking to go. I did appreciate in WBC where he's like, I'll take second base. So he seems like he is a team player in that regard. And he played second base pretty well, but he had a really bad year. I mean, he had a really bad year.
I just think the Yankees would just go young. Honestly, they're not trying to pay somebody else to play second base. If they end up trading Glaber, just slot Peraza in there, honestly. I think they'll end up doing that. So I'm just a no on Tim, man. I don't feel like there's a reason to pay a guy even for a year. Hey, maybe one of the guys kill it down there, and they're ready to come up in July. But you pay Tim Anderson. That'll be, I don't know, kind of tough to look back at. But nah, I'm a no on TA. Another team could use them, and the Yankees got Volpe locked up at short, and they got their own infield problem. I think they got to bring another guy in like Tim Anderson that only plays short and maybe a little bit of second. So I'm good on it.
I would be. Thank you for the voicemail. I would be a pass on that one, guys. We're 2 subbies away from 22,160. Hit the subby. Let's keep the voicemails going.
Hey, Pete, Fast Eddie here. Listen, I want to say something. I might turn things upside down a little bit, but I was thinking, this guy's 25 years old, Yamamoto. What happens if we come in with like a 5-year, $250 million? You know what I mean? $50 million a year, or you can even go 5 at 45. That'll definitely be the highest AV that anybody's going to offer him. And then when he's 30 years old, he can go through this all over again, go where he wants, and make another big stash of money. I don't know. I'm kind of grasping at straws here, but I'm thinking lesser years and more money. I mean, the kid's only 25. Why do we got to give him 13 years? Maybe he'll take 5 at a huge salary and be a free agent again in 5 years from now. So, I don't know. I figured I'd throw that out there. You guys doing a great job. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you, Fast Eddie, but I'll flip it a little bit. I'll flip it a little bit back again. I think what could happen in a regard like that is he just get his full contract, 10 years or so, but then have an opt-out maybe after 4 or 5. I could see that being a possibility, but other than that, no, I don't see him accepting a 4 or 5 year deal. No way.
Yes, the AAV will be a little high. I think the years do matter to him.
I think so too.
There's a small possibility he takes 9 years, but just with the market the way it's been now, 10 years, north of $300 million.
And I have no problem giving him 10.
Yeah,
I got no problem.
1 year
No
difference,
problem at
but I mean, I don't really think it's a bad idea. I just don't think that's something that him and his agent would be interested in. When the dust settles, there'll be teams that are going to be offering more money, and I think the years matter, like I said. So,
yep, I agree. Let's continue on.
Hi, I'm a really big fan. Just one question though. Do you think that Hal Steinbrenner will go all in on Yamamoto and try to outbid the Mets, or do you think that Steve Cohen will, make a higher bid than Hal Steinbrenner? Let me know. Thank you. Love the show, by the way.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's the same question that, everybody's kind of waiting for right now is it going to come down to money? Is it going to come down to the fact that maybe Steve Cohen goes $20, $30 million more? Or, like we said before, is it a situation where this guy's mind is made up and he's like, hey, I got a number that I would play for the Yankees for. That's the team I want to play for. That's the number I'll go with. And the Yankees don't meet that. Maybe he goes, this other team really wants me. Maybe that persuades me a bit. But I think I think he has a number set in his mind that he wants to play for. And I think he has that number set for the Yankees. We'll see. Only time is going to tell. We're going to learn everything very, very soon. We'll either be very happy or kind of shocked.
100%. And listen, he had a second meeting with the Mets and the Yankees, like was already reported. I'm sure there's definitely interest with the Mets. He feels that, Steve Cohen went above and beyond to be with him, or, whatever the case was to meet with him. But yeah, I think money will definitely, play a role. It'll play a big role. I don't want to say a little role because the guy's going to get his money. Guy's going to get north of $300 million, like I've said multiple times.
No doubt.
I think the Yankees will end up being in that ballpark, and I'm sorry, I don't think he's going to get $400 million. I know he's going to be, good in the major leagues, but I don't think he's going to get anywhere. I don't want to say near $400 million because maybe a team goes crazy and Steve Cohen's like, I'll pay this guy $370, whatever it is. But I mean, I'm still sticking with the Yankees go 315, 320. Maybe the Mets go 350, maybe, but I don't see it.
I have trouble seeing over $400 million. I really do. I think that's really, really wild talk. And we don't really have hard evidence of what a deal is. I think everybody kind of just sits there and goes, it's going to be in the $300 millions probably more low threes, to be honest. if I see a $400 million deal signed, I would absolutely be stunned. I really would be. I'd be shocked.
Me too.
And I do think if it gets to that point, and you might see some leaks that may not be totally true over the next couple of days.
Because they know we're starving for news as Yankee fans. But I'll have my phone on me. I'll have my phone on me waiting.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. We got a couple of more voicemails to get to. Let's get to the next one.
Hey, Pete, Mario, it's your boy Aaron Rodgers calling again. Hey, I think it gets done Thursday. I feel like it's either between the Mets, the Yankees. He wants to be in New York. He wants the big lights. So let's see. It's the first time you got Cohen versus Steinbrenner going after the same target. Let's get one for the good guys, all right? Let's get one for the evil empire. Yamamoto needs to happen. Let's go get 28. Thank you.
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean,
right
listen,
there with you, man.
Kevin's been dying on that when he talks with his Mets buddies. He's like, listen, I think Yamamoto wants to come to New York. It's just gonna be whether it's the Mets or the Yankees, and we'll see, man. A lot of people are making it to seem like it's Mets and Yankees, the Dodgers. Don't forget about the Dodgers. I still wouldn't sleep on them just yet.
Correct.
I am still confident. You know, not Pete confident because Pete's already. I got the 18
I'm just waiting for the
back.
announcement. Yeah, I got it over there. I'm waiting on the announcement.
I'm still, a little bit cautious about it because just the way it's been the past couple of years. I mean, the fact that we went out, we traded for Soto, shows me how, it was really about it. But, I mean, time will tell. We're just waiting here with you guys. But, yeah, man, I think he wants to come to New York. Would not sleep on the Dodgers still, but, I mean, we'll see what happens. But hopefully in the end game, he's a Yankee and we get our Yamamoto offseason.
Oh, man, that's what we need. That's what we need to really be back to that evil empire because that's what we're going to be looked at again. You get that done as the evil empire. And then from there, I think you still just put the foot on the gas and add more. I told you, man. I
don't. Yeah. I mean, listen.
Keep talking about that rotation right there, man. Go out there and get Dylan Cease, too.
Dude, get greedy, man, at this point. You know
that's
what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
get greedy.
You kind of need, and you look at that bullpen. I was looking at like the 40 man and kind of looking at that bullpen for next year. I think you still do need a piece. I think I think you can not, I don't want to say sneak by. I think you could still, I saw somebody comment actually earlier. I don't know if we got to that, but would the Yankees be the favorites if the Yankees landed Yamamoto in the AL East? I think they would. If you land Yamamoto, I think you could still be in first place by the All-Star break. But by that deadline, you kind of need to, by that point, you need to add something. If you don't do it this offseason, I would think.
My thing with the bullpen is very, very simple. It's who's the closer. Who could be the closer of this team? And I don't know if we have that person on the club now. We could. It could be one of the young kids mid-season that really are just dominating, maybe a Dylan Betances type breakout where they just come in, maybe they start the year with the club, maybe a Luis Heel, and out of the bullpen, that just absolutely lights out. And maybe that's how you find your guy. But I feel like that's something for me that I would need to go out there and try to get before the season begins to lock this team down. We got 2 more super chats, and then we're going to wrap. I mean, excuse me, not super chats, 2 more voicemails, and we'll get ready to wrap this up.
Yo, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, it's Nelson from the Bronx, my brother. Yamamoto, he's a lot, bro. He's 10 years plus posting fees, 3, point blank. I don't think we should go after Cease. I like that he has those 200 strikeouts for the last 3 seasons. But those ERAs, he only has 1 year where it was around 2 and another year around 3. But other years, I don't know. I think we should keep the prospects, keep Jones. If you want to trade Peraza, I think if I said his name right, or the other guys, go for it and try to get another pitcher and get Schmidt back in the bullpen. He did good in the bullpen. And I appreciate your show, man. Thank you. Mario, bless, brother. Que lo que?
Okay, thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
Appreciate
Listen,
it, my guy.
You need, looking at it now, I think you definitely need that long reliever out of the bullpen. You kind of need that. You lost that with Brito. He got some big outs.
Man. He was good out of the pen.
Not just a throwing piece. If any Padres fans are listening, man, the guy was not just a throwing piece. He was big for us down the stretch, even though we weren't really playing for anything. But he got some big outs against some real good lineups. So,
no doubt about it. We got one more voicemail here. Let's get to it.
Hey, Pete, this is Hinton. Just calling to let you know I got a question for you and Mario. Will you guys sign Marcus Stroman if they ended up getting Cease and Yamamoto, where Marcus Stroman will help the rotation as well? Let me know your thoughts. NYYU, baby.
I think my thing with him is he'll give you, I think Marcus Stroman, I don't want to say he's going to help be too costly, but I don't think he's going to accept anything like a 1 or 2 year deal. I think Stroman's probably going to get about 3 years with somebody. Even not having the greatest year last year, the guy takes the ball. So I don't see that with the Yankees. I don't see that happening
I don't
at all.
see it, especially in the past. He's kind of come at the Yankees. So I believe he came at Cashman, or somebody had a quote about him not being able to pitch in New York, and he still kind of goes at it with Mets fans on Twitter. I kind of just don't want to deal with that kind of stuff, man.
The Yankees don't need
with
that's the last thing the Yankees need.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing. I don't want to get into Bauer too much, but I just feel like it's the
same thing in a situation.
You don't want to deal with something else. You know, the Yankees got to get back to the winning ways. That's what we got to focus on. Starting the season strong, because, by no stretch of the imagination is it a cakewalk. You're starting off with 4 in Houston, and you got 3 in Arizona, and you come home against, you got to say a rival in your division as of right now in Toronto. So you want to start off on the right foot. You don't want that distraction, man. I wouldn't want it. Yeah, I don't like his attitude. I wouldn't want his attitude.
Yeah, I've never been a major fan of him, but I know some people are saying Frankie Montas. If Frankie Montas is healthy and he gives you enough starts, he could be a very, very good starter. I think everybody knows that.
I want to say something about him. I'm going to go back and listen, and I'm not sure, Chad, if you guys were listening to Hot Stove. Obviously, we listened to a little bit, like a clip or so, but they haven't really mentioned him. Maybe they're trying to get the Yamamoto stuff done first, and they're going to see who they like.
Early on, they did.
A lot. That was like in all of Curry's tweets, like the Montas stuff. But now he hasn't really mentioned him. It's kind of interesting. Are they backpedaling on that? Or maybe they are going to get Yamamoto and there's somebody else that they're trying to tap into, or maybe Dylan Cease is a real possibility. I mean, we'll see. But that would take a lot of our farm to get Dylan Cease. I feel like it would pretty much complete it, yeah.
It'll take a bit, no doubt about it. Like I said before, I don't know if they wait on Cease, because apparently they are going to trade him. If they wait till Monty's gone, till Yamamoto's gone, they're going to get a good amount for him than they would even right now, because there's other options available. You wait for some of those options to go away. I mean, you could definitely load up on some good prospects to get Cease. Somebody will give it to you. I don't know if the Yankees are that team, but I did want to share this that Mario just posted. I have to share this because we just talked about this right here. Here's the picture right here.
So sweet.
Mario said, just waiting. There you see Brian Cashman. You see Omar Manaya's back is turned right there. Matt Daly is there also. And there you see the man rocking number 18, pointing up to those guys. The rumor is, too, he knew Cashman and them were going to be there sitting behind home plate that night.
Bro, I'm sorry. That's so badass.
So he knew that. If this story gets out and it's like he comes here, it's like, this is the team I wanted to play for. Yes, I met other teams or whatever, but the legacy of the Yankees draw me to this. I've always been a Yankee fan. Can you imagine the fact that this dude was like, all right, Brian Cashman, the Yankees are going to be in the crowd today. I got to go out there and pitch this game. The fact of the matter is that you pitched a no-hitter. And who knows how much that sold the New York Yankees. When it happened, Mario, I said, the first thing, Cashman, I look around for Hal Steinbrenner and I go, your checkbook ready? Because this is the guy we're getting. There's no way in hell we do not get this guy. This is our guy. If you believe in good omens, that's about as good as an omen that you're ever going to find. My man goes ahead and just throws a no-hitter. Man, nah, you get this dude. You become that evil empire no matter what it takes, and you get that deal done. And Mario, that's going to be something that when he becomes a Yankee, this is something that's going to be all over the place that people are going to be talking about for a long time. In that picture right there.
It's already becoming iconic on Yankees Twitter. You see it pretty much every day. And like I said, man, we're just waiting. It's so badass. He threw a no-hitter with them in the crowd. And it would be cool if you saw like a video of like just Cashman like looking back, calling Hal, being like, "Hey, you ready? Like, this is the guy we're gonna pay. This guy's 25 years old, and he's gonna be a star. He's gonna be our 1B with Garrett Cole, and it's exciting times to be a Yankee fan. I see Mark in the chat. You think people hate us now? They're gonna
That's
hate us a
fine. Let
lot
them
if we
hate
get
us. I'm
Yamamoto,
okay with
man. Be
that.
the evil empire again.
I'm all good with that. Damn, his first start would come against the Houston Astros in Houston. Whew. Wow.
Throw him in the fire right away, man. That's gonna be. There's gonna be eyes on that series, man, and we'll have it here, man. Peak game season is gonna be legendary.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait, man. I already got some things set up. I already kind of planned, and I planned for certain players a little more this year. Yamamoto is one I planned for. Look, I have to. You know, I know people go, yeah, but he's not. I get it, but I do have to plan for him just in case. These things got to be planned well in advance, and I do got some really cool plans for this guy to be a New York Yankee, and you know, to yeah, I mean, I cannot wait for. I can't wait for spring training, man. This is my first spring training I'm attending. Of course, the first one for NYYU as a team. We're going as a team. You guys are gonna have so much content during that time. It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait for it. I just can't wait for 2024 as a whole, man. But everything right now is been an A+.
Yeah.
You land Yamamoto, and it's like, bro, whatever other moves they make right now is just gravy. It's gravy. Everything else is done, man. We got to be so happy and excited for what happened. It's an A+. There's no other way of putting it. And I'll just say before we get ready to wrap up, I'll just say again, man, I believe by Friday we are gonna know where Yamamoto's playing. I think by Friday we will indeed know, and that is it. And we'll know by then, and we get ready for the season.
Yeah, man. I mean, I kind of think about it like this. Hopefully we get the Yamamoto news. Then you guys enjoy your holidays.
Yep.
Then it's January, you know, the new year. January is kind of a tough month, I'll be honest. Probably not going to be much Yankee news.
Yep.
And then February comes around. Pitchers and catchers start reporting. Then we get some games. We're down there at spring training, giving you guys a bunch of content. And then season's right there, man. That's
it, man.
Super exciting, man. I haven't looked forward to a season like this in a really long time. Just get us Yamamoto. Let us enjoy Christmas. Yamamoto for Christmas. That's what we wanted. We've asked for a while, man.
That's all we've wanted. And like I said, man, if anybody is concerned about this going longer, I just got to say again, you got to remember what time of year this is. He got to sign by the 4th. He's, according to everybody out there that has said this, he's done having his meetings. His meetings are over. If there were another meeting, it was today. We don't know about that for sure. There hasn't been nothing out there. They got to go ahead and get some offers, figure out where he wants to go. I truly believe, again, Friday, it'll happen by Friday. The way I picture it is, I don't think you want to be playing around in America, you know, during Christmas time. Again, It's very, very big, and it's a party atmosphere in Japan during that time. Same for New Year's. Very, very big, just like here in America. I think he's going to probably want to be home for that. If you make common sense of this, you probably think Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe there's a presser on Friday. If not, the presser could wait till early January. That's not a problem. But I think you want the decision made by Friday. You want your contract done. You want to go celebrate with your family. You want to celebrate New Year's. And then your boy could start throwing that javelin he throws. He could start throwing those darts that he throws from hundreds of miles away, whatever the hell it is. And you bring that shit to Florida. Then we head over to Houston. You take that bump and you show us what you're all about immediately. Mario's going to see his first star live, by the way.
Man, I can't wait.
If all goes well, man. You lucky son of a bitch.
I'm so freaking excited, man. Seeing Soto doing the shuffle and the Yankee cool grays, bro. There's nothing like that, bro. There's nothing like that, but.
So I'm going to let you have the final word, man. We got 2 minutes remaining, guys. We're one subby away from 22,160. Hit that subby, guys. Hit that like before you go. And let's hear what Mario, what are you leaving us with today?
Listen, guys, just a matter of time. That's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Just a matter of time. Sooner rather than later. Hopefully, Yamamoto, if you're listening to us, be a Yankee. Be a Yankee, man. We need this. Yamamoto offseason. Complete the other half. And we're ready, man. We're going to rock the Bronx for you. Your first start when you toe that slab, man, the crowd's gonna be going crazy. There's nothing like Yankee fans, bro.
Oh man,
trust me, bro. That weekend is gonna be a freaking party in the Bronx. You know, you kill it in Houston, maybe a start in Arizona, and then you come back, you pitch in those pinstripes. There's nothing like the pinstripes. I don't care what anybody says, man.
no, there's not.
There's nothing like the Yankee pinstripes on a weekend in the Bronx. Nothing like it, man. Nothing like it.
No doubt about it, man. Well, guys, I promised you another 4 hours. You guys had 4 hours with us. We had a great time. It's always fun. It's always lively. Somehow we figure out news to talk about. And even the craziest thing of this is, even if you're repeating what you talked about, it feels new today.
Yep.
It feels new today, right? It's still maintaining something.
We'll
And
get
I'll
updates tomorrow. I'll
share this out there real quick. This is from a new article that talked about the New York Mets meeting with Yamamoto and what they apparently tried to sell him on. When stacked up against the Dodgers, the Mets tried to sell Yamamoto, according to a source, on the idea, basically what we said, he wouldn't have to reside in Shohei Ohtani's shadow in Los Angeles and could forge his own identity in the East Coast. You know, the difference between that and the Yankees, and this is what I think when I've been hearing this from the Mets, I'm like, this team is trying to sell him on everybody but the New York Mets. It's weird to me. It comes across very weird. It's like, sell who you guys are. Sell your stadium. Sell what you could bring to the table. It's like every report you hear, they're talking about the Dodgers, they're talking about the Yankees. I think the New York Yankees very easily could just simply say, we're the New York Yankees. You were a big fan of Tanaka. Did you see what he did here? Did you see his time here? Did you see Matsui's time here? Matsui's a legend to this day. He'll always be beloved. You're in the same category as him. You'll be the same way. This is where you want to play. Legacy, forget about it. There is no bigger legacy. There is no bigger stage than that mound right out there.
Yamamoto, you become a Yankee. Forget about Ohtani and being second fiddle. You go out there and you win 2 games for the New York Yankees in the World Series against Los Angeles Dodgers. That'll put you on a pedestal you don't even imagine.
Facts.
Forget about it when you come back home, bro.
Yep.
It still means something. You showing me the light again that it means something to wear pinstripes.
No doubt.
Sign that dotted line. Those 18 jerseys will be all over the stadium. We're happy to have you, man. Just a matter of time. We're waiting. We're waiting on you.
Japan flag. You're gonna see some Japanese stuff out there. The Sapporo beer, Sapporo, whatever it's called, is gonna be out there. So many great things coming this year, guys. 2024, I believe, is gonna be a year to remember. So with that being said, guys, we are out. Until next time, again, any news breaks, you guys know to tune in to NYYU. Tomorrow, we got some great stuff coming for you also. So until then, we're out. Peace, baby.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah.
Hey, look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Way too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, so I'm running numbers up. Lucky that I'm showing up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah. Numbers crack the Billy. Yeah, don't need no dilly. I'm too fresh, I feel like really, yeah. Feel the duffels up the sign, I need a million. I'm about to take off, and I know that I'm on their radar.
Top 10